and welcome everyone to this week's episode of Tracks of Terror, Call of Cthulhu campaign. We're here. Unfortunately, our dearly beloved Charlie could not be gathered here today. August is dead, Charlie is not. We will miss Frost and Fire dearly, and hope that August does not have to die many more times. So we're gonna go around, we're gonna say who we are, who we're playing, and then get right into it. We will start with the dead man to my right on the overlay. Tom? Hot Flakes Tom, how are you today?
Oh no, I'm eating a mint. Hi, I'm fine. I'm alright. I'm dead. So for this entire episode, I'm gonna just sit here quietly, grey, looking morose, and looking dead.
Yeah?
That's pretty much all I'm gonna do this entire episode.
Yeah, yep. Surely you won't be brought back to life somehow. That would be bizarre.
Nah, they'll get it this time. They'll get it this time, it's fine.
Yeah.
They've got cave paintings. What can go wrong?
They do have cave paintings now. What could go wrong is what I'd like to say to Susanna Grace. Susie, how are you today?
Hello, I'm not dead. Which is a stunning turn of the books for Mina, having died early each time.
Yep.
But who knows, maybe instead of dying for real this time, she'll just have a little death instead, because I am gonna bang Kitty's dead. It's a declaration. I'm calling the shot.
Wonderful. Someone who loves calling the shots is Doc Rimbo. How are you today?
That intro segue could have gone a very different direction.
It sure could have.
Thank goodness. I'm Doc Rimbo, and I'm also going to bang Kitty's dead. I'm playing Edison Jones, who has been out of it because I wasn't here last time, but I'm sure that I can see that my gray scale filter is not turned down, so I must be alive.
Yeah.
But this is probably the most grim intro I've ever been a part of ever. The number of times people have said dead in the past 20 seconds.
Yeah. Someone who's also not dead. The whole bottom row is live and kicking. Kate Madison RP, how are you today?
I'm good. I am probably going to stand in the corner and turn away while Mina bangs my dad. But we'll see what happens. There are dinosaurs outside. I could go and amuse myself.
You're gonna be in the room?
We'll see.
Okay, all right. Roleplay. Who knows?
These are trying times. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next. I'm kind of worried that it's only Kitty and Mina who have all of this new knowledge of all of this hidden tunnel and all this stuff that we could die and forget it all exists. That's a little nerve-wracking more than anything, I think, at the moment. But we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Someone who I think of when I say tee would be Hollowtail, the dead man to the left of me on the overlay. How are you?
Yeah, I'm a corpse. Yeah, I'm not going to try and bang Kitty's dad, to be clear. I am dead.
Wow.
I can't join in on that, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward to today. I'm looking forward to seeing what the rest of the team that are alive still sort of turn up. The cave paintings were fascinating. And I'm looking forward to Jones being dropped in this situation and suddenly having to deal with everything. Yeah,
great. So last week, what happened was they decided they were going to change things. Last time they eked out barely an extra mile of the train, and they thought, hey, that's great. We'll make a bucket line. We're going to bring everyone in a big group to the pterodactyls to tantalize them with a little buffet. And then they managed to injure them to half health to scare them off, which they did, and they've got a bucket line going, and they figured, while we've got this bucket line going, we should grab Kitty's dead and go investigate these caves, because that sounds like it could be important, or at least hold some important clues. So that's what they did. On the way, they did not go into the tall grasses this time. They said, you know what, let's not go into the tall grasses. And they just followed some tracks, and they came across an open field where there was a beautiful, lovely family herd of triceratopses grazing. And Kitty's dad was like, we probably shouldn't spook them. So everyone rolled and royally failed a group stealth check, like really bad. Like it was terrible. And so they just ran for the cave, and half of the group, two people got trampled to death. Poor August, got turned into a Triceratops hood ornament as he got gored. And then the other two made it to the cave, Kitty and Mina. Edison is supervising the bucket at the moment. And, they made it to the cave. They found some interesting petroglyphs depicting some interesting images, kind of spread out some Ute petroglyphs. It seems that there was like a creature, person, weird thing that maybe manipulated time around it. It seemed that things disintegrated around it, possibly. Rapidly accelerated in age, which would make sense with what Kitty's dad told them about the barrier around the ziggurat. But it had a weird depiction of the ziggurat with a crystal in the sky and aliens? Weird creatures. Call them aliens, just for viewers' sake. Descending down from the heavens, crystal, questionable, and presenting a crystal as a gift to humans. Then on the, progression, they showed a picture of the thing, a little shrivelly, large-headed creature approaching people, and then them lifting up the crystal, and then it retreating, and then a fetal-positioned creature in a mountain, maybe in a crystal, contained by a crystal. There was a lot of different interpretations from different characters, all of which were very fascinating to me. And then Kitty rolled a hard success on geology. I think she spent a couple luck to make it an extreme. She rolled really good on geology, and she found a secret passage at the back of a cave, which they followed, and it kind of switchbacked up into the mountain a little bit, and they came into a pyramidal shaped chamber. A prism-shaped chamber, it's hard to say. Made out of a strange metal stone, hard to say. With much more intricate reliefs carved, embossed, hard to say, into the wall. Kind of a similar scene as the petroglyphs, but much more detailed. This one had a lot of runic writing on it in places, and that's where we left them. But we're gonna pick up with Mr. Jones. We're gonna start today's session with him. So let me change.
Yes, good.
Music.
Lift with your legs, people.
Mr. Jones.
Don't spill any water.
Mr. Jones, could you make me, because you weren't here, and I didn't want to, mess with your sanity while you weren't here. Could you roll me a power check to see if you remember the last loop?
Yes. This happens as he's leading the bucket brigade.
No, this would have happened before the bucket brigade. A little delay. Yeah. This would have happened before the bucket brigade. You were a little disassociative at the beginning, but then, your friends dragged you out. Bucket brigade. You're very administrative, and so that's not, it seemed right up your alley.
Yes.
But you do not remember the last loop, so you only lose 1 sanity.
Oh, good.
Yep, but your friends have clued you in. You know you looped. You know that you all were eaten by T-Rexes the first time.
Yes, there was something
about... You don't
about...
remember the last time. Probably
they said something about tall grass, but...
Something about tall grass, yes.
Maybe people
and it's
got
hilarious,
Lyme disease from ticks or something.
You were technically the last person standing in the last loop, so you would have seen Bucky take the easy way out of that. But because you don't remember, he gets to keep his died heroically story.
Oh, good.
I just,
I think the world of Mr. Boone.
Yes. He said he died real heroically last loop. And you believe him.
Yes, I do.
You do. So you've been leading this bucket train. The bucket, you've been going for probably, it'll take them a while to get there. Probably about a couple hours. And the train, you have emptied, the water tower has been emptied. And the train is ready to chug along.
Well, good.
The conductor, Conductor Robinson, would ask you, should we wait for your compatriots to return to the train, or should we pull the train further into town?
We should at least get it into town where there's some degree of cover and protection. I would advise that people remain either indoors on the train itself? We don't know
I will
if any of
recommend
these...
on the train itself. They went
Also,
up
how is the mole on your buttock?
It's fine.
Good.
Mr. Jones, why don't you try to reconnect with your friends, perhaps? I believe they went down the train tracks to the left-hand branch. They've been gone a while.
I should go there?
Maybe someone should check up on them. I could send you with, and he points to your beer enthusiast man, who's the other person with the gun. Yeah.
Oh.
It's just been a while.
He sort of looks at the beer enthusiast. He's like, I don't know. Yeah, he's a bit of an alcoholic.
Oh, he hasn't had any tipple, I don't think, today.
Oh, all right. He walks over to this man and says, "Hello, sir. Please remind me of your name."
Oh, hello. And let me scroll for his name.
Yes, hello.
Meredith. Jeffrey Jefferson.
Oh, yes, Jeff. All right, Jeff. We are going on a bit of an excursion, which may end in our deaths. So, do you have a firearm?
He spins his revolver.
All right. Well, you don't need to point it. You can just say yes. But
yes.
Oh, good. We are going to venture down the other branch of the tracks to try and locate our compatriots, so we can get them. I'm sure they're fine. To bring them back to the train and maybe get out of here.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's go.
All right. And he takes like any sort of extra water, just like.
Absolutely.
I don't know why he'd need it. Like, he's trying to be supplied and prepared for anything.
Not a lot of extra water since you dumped pretty much every ounce of water that you had.
And it's not
into
drinkable
the
either. It's been in like an old water tower in the old ancient times, and but
you can drink it if you want. I'm not going to stop you.
Does Jones have his gun, or did somebody else take it? Okay.
We'll say you have your gun.
Okay. So he has a sidearm, and he says, "All right, I advise that we stay on the tracks.
Yes.
And if you see any long grass, I know that the instinct is to charge into it. I have reason to believe there are ticks, so we should probably stay off.
Ticks are bad. Yeah.
Yes.
And so you guys go down the left-hand loop on the tracks. Take the left-hand turn in the jungle. Follow the jungle as it slowly opens up to reveal a meadow with tall swaying grasses and a large blue lake.
Oh.
The tracks continue through the meadow with the gap on either side towards the base of the mountain in front of you. And I'm assuming that's the route you pick.
Yes. Jones is very apprehensive of the grass. Like he holds up his hands and like keeps one eye on it as they sort
Can you
of
give me a
pass
spot
by.
hidden check?
Because he can't remember why he should be scared. Spot hidden.
Mm-hmm. There is a slight rustling in the grass, but further in.
A tick must be enormous. Let's pick up the pace.
Yes. You guys pick up the pace. You continue following the tracks as it leads toward the mountain ahead. As you get closer to the mountain, the tracks begin to look less like finished tracks and more like a work in progress. They eventually run out where they end, a footpath begins at a broad meadow.
He wants to take a quick look at like the place where like, does it look like at one point they were building tracks toward this mountain and then stopped?
Maybe. Perhaps that could be be what it is, or the tracks.
He's just like looking for the narrative, you know.
Yeah.
That's how he does things. And... Okay.
Either looks like they're mid-assembly or mid-disassembly, but there's no signs of them being worked on recently. Whereas
when our train tracks that we came back in time on just sort of cut through reality and planted there.
These kind of like fade out through the reality.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But as you approach the mountain, jungle fades away into a peaceful grasslands at the base. You see a group of quadrupedal creatures, each with a massive horned head and a bony frill on its neck, apparently grazing on the grasses like cows in a pasture. Looking up, you can now see the structure resembles a ziggurat with a precarious staircase leading up to it. There also appears to be a cave at the base of the mountain that's too far away to make any details, except that your group seems to have passed through this way because you see
How do I know?
2 big red smears on the middle of this like pasture. And the group of triceratopses are way at the other end. Like you can barely see them.
Those seem like
before they were
peaceful
kind of a
creatures
little
unless they are
closer.
startled. We should try to move quietly.
Agreed. But
Come
you see
along,
that their
Jeff.
tracks do lead towards the cave, and you do. Can you give me? Well, you did succeed on a spot hidden earlier. I'm going to give this to you for free. You see August as a hood ornament.
Oh,
on one
look,
of the
there's August. Hello,
Triceratops.
August.
You do
Yes,
sanity
look, he's
check.
waving at me.
As,
He's
You
bouncing up
realize-
and down.
Yep, he's dead. He's super dead.
Oh, wait, no, he's been impaled.
Yep.
I failed my sanity check.
Yeah, just to see a new type of dinosaur. 1 sanity, you're lucking out today,
Ah.
Mr. Jones.
That's the sound he makes as he loses one
Ah.
sanity point. Ah,
That makes sense. But
well,
you're
that's
able to.
too bad. Jeff, are you looking for a job?
Not particularly. No, I'm looking in. I'm an investor. I already got a job.
Oh, that's too bad. Recently lost my assistant. That's him over there.
Oh.
Yes, hello, August's corpse.
Okay, he's losing some sanity. Can you make me a stealth check to cross this field? Because the Triceratopses have stampeded further away, the check will be easier.
So, I have a 20 in stealth, but to be
Yes.
fair, I did just wave at them.
You
So that's a
did just
60
wave at
over
them.
20.
Okay. Because they are much further away, having already stampeded earlier today, they have moved
They're
locations
sleepy.
across. They're a little sleepier, and so that is barely a success. And you're able to. They like get a little agitated as they see you, but they don't stampede. They've already stampeded once today. It would take quite a bit to work them up again in a second.
Seems they want their privacy. Let's move toward that cave.
Move towards the cave. There's obvious footprints in here. Mostly the women's heels, the women's shoes. You know.
Oh,
they're
look,
very
there's Kitty's
distinctive.
footprints.
Mina's.
There's Miss Staunton's footprints.
And then there's
Yes.
a man's set of prints.
And that might be Mr. Cartwright.
Right. Yeah. Could be.
Yes.
Um,
It's not August.
not August. And unless you really stopped to look at the smears, you wouldn't know which of the two.
That seems distasteful.
Yes, quite distasteful. Can you give me a spot hidden or track check? Because they're not in this cave, but their footprints don't seem to exit the cave.
Spot hidden is a 60 under 70.
Since they weren't being sneaky in the cave, you see that their prints seem to go up to a wall and then disappear. You get there, and you see a secret passage.
Oh, no, there's a passage. For a moment, I thought they vanished.
Hmm.
And
Well,
look,
that was true.
yeah, the wall bends around. There's an illusion that makes it
Yep.
look like a solid wall.
And you're able to take this passage if you so desire.
I watched last week's episode.
Good. And so while Edison makes his journey with your good friend Jeffrey Jefferson, we will go back upstairs. Ladies and MTC, this, Kitty, I'm gonna give this to you and your father for free. This stone, metal, it's not a mineral that you've ever seen before. You're not sure if it's a stone or a metal. The walls and floor here are made of a very strange material.
Okay. I definitely go up and like touch it, figuring all of this out,
Cool.
wondering what it is.
Cool. You touch it, and a bright light flashes across the room. And there's nothing for a moment. And then in the center of the room, a whole square-shaped opening appears, and out of it, a plinth rises very slowly with a circular crystal on top. It's like a crystal ball of sorts.
Did that happen when I just touched the wall in general, or did I touch a specific picture?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say it seems to be in general.
General, touching anything on the wall. Okay.
I mean, if you want to touch specific things, let me know.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I don't recognize this material.
Oh no, it's very, very strange. And here, your dad's looking at it as well, and he's like tapping it with like an instrument to see if like the sound of it. It sounds almost crystal in its resonance when he taps something against it.
I look over at the plinth. Do you think we should? I mean,
Mina's gonna like cautiously approach it, and she's doing that thing, like when you're in a shop that sells really expensive stuff, so you keep your hands in your pockets.
Uh-huh.
She's like that, so
Don't wanna
she's
knock
not
it in the
touching it,
Yeah.
but she's gonna look at it.
Give me a what kind of? How are you looking at it? You just spot hidden it? What are you looking for?
I just want to see if there's like any sort of symbols, mechanisms,
Sure.
weapons,
Yeah.
the usual.
The usual. Give me
Instructions.
a spot
Instructions.
hidden check then for me.
Okay. Extreme success.
There was a dull glow coming from inside the crystal ball. We'll say crystal ball. The orb. We'll call it an orb. That way there's no confusion between that and any other potential crystals there might be. The orb has a slight glow coming from it, which is interesting because the chamber also has a slight glow, though there's no discernible light source. But the crystal orb has a slight glow coming from it, and you can see with your extreme success very small runes. I'd say etched onto its surface, but it's not in the surface. It's kind of in the middle. Kind of how, like, when you do glass blowing, you can get bubbles in specific patterns. It's like that, but runes. This weird script.
It's glowing, and there appears to be runes in the middle of it. Not inscribed on the outside, but inside of it.
Are they like the ones we saw on the walls?
Very
Same
similar.
runes?
Similar.
Jeez, if we could understand what was being said somehow, is it worth touching this orb or?
That's
I
all
mean-
I suppose.
It's a crystal. Things are already pretty. Maybe it'll take us to the modern era.
I look back at the passage where like
It's still there.
where we came
Nothing's
from.
closed up.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should try anything.
You
I'm
touch
gonna
it?
walk up to everyone else. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna touch it.
Okay, you touch it. Oh, Kitty Cartwright, the toucher of the group. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, she touched the last thing and something happened, so she's like, things happen. I don't know.
Kitty.
What could possibly go wrong? You die?
Lindy's too excited about this. She's too
I had
happy.
a
Look
great
at her.
idea.
I
earlier
know. It's like, give me a red button.
Kitty, you touch
Yeah.
it, and you hear a little, like, tune in your head for a moment. And then, suddenly, you're in a room, a white room, 4 walls, and you, another little light flashes over you, kind of like how it did when you touched the wall. And you hear, human, one moment. And then, there's like, we might interpret it as call center music in today's age, but there's not exactly, an 1883 equivalent of that.
Hotel lobby.
Hotel
piano
lobby
player or something.
kind of music a little bit, but weirdly
Okay.
futuristic.
Okay.
And it's a moment and you see, you're like looking around and suddenly you look back and there's someone who looks kind of tired. A guy who's brown hair, kind of mussed hair, wearing a white button-up shirt and black dress pants. Nice shoes, polished shoes. The style's a little interesting. He's got like a notebook, like a binder, like it's a big book. And he goes, okay. Right, hi. Let's see, you touched the communications orb in... and he, like, squints at you. Oh, that's interesting. How can I help you today? Oh, thank you for reaching the Great Race call center.
I'm on my own, right? There's
yes, you were absolutely on
nobody
your
else,
own. Yes.
And I'm not in the room with my.
Nope. Could you please give me your name and what year it currently is?
I look around
date.
at this
Name and
white
date.
room. Well, it was originally 1883.
1883.
But then it wasn't. April.
Uh-huh.
April.
It would have been Sunday, April 8th. Or no, it would have been the 9th. Because you're the next day. Monday,
I think
April 9th.
we're currently about the 9th of April.
Right, 9th April.
But I didn't come from there. I actually came from
and
a
he,
lot
like, flips
farther
through this
ago.
book. Oh, there we go. Right.
Where's my father?
Ma'am, I understand this can be a little disorienting, but you called us, so, if you could just let me know what the issue is.
Okay.
Wait, call.
Goodness.
And he checks, he flips, like, to the back of an index. Yeah, you do have telephones. Okay, good. Whew. Almost a mess up. Yes, you called us.
Right. Well, yes, we're trying to figure out how to get back. The whole train seems to be in the past, and there are these big lizards that keep eating us, and it's not very fun. And my father has been there for like 5 years with his guide and a mule, and there's a bunch of us.
Ma'am,
Some of us are dead. Some people are dead.
You seem to be a little confused. Could you please take a deep breath? Inhale. 1, 2, 3, exhale.
This is very confusing,
1,
I have
2,
to admit.
3.
You asked me what year this is, but I don't know, because I just was somewhere else, so...
Yes, yeah, we don't often get... You came from, it looks like... Oh, he flips back to the index. Okay, you don't have a name for that era yet. From the age of dinosaurs.
Right.
Yes.
Yes, I would agree with
but
that.
But you're from... April 1883. Yes, there does seem to be an interesting sort of anomaly here that I do not have on record.
Is it something to do with this ziggurat with the crystal on top? And there's these pictograms that talk about I try and do you have anything to write with?
Yes. Do you prefer paper, pen, typewriter?
No, just a pencil and a pen. A pencil and paper.
Sure. He walks over to the wall, and a little slot opens up, and a ream of paper is brought out with a very nice fountain pen. And he and a table rises up from the floor, and a chair. Here you are, ma'am. If you could write down everything and anything from your era and time, that could be helpful to the situation. Please feel free to write it down.
I mean, what? We just need to get back. And
yes.
I try and start doodling the pictograms that I remember.
Yes, ma'am. We do have these on file, and you see he pulls out from another hole in the wall, like a picture that's getting like printed, like ink dot, like an ink dot matrix printer kind of thing, but you don't know what that is yet. And he just pulls it out, and you can see the pictures from the inside of the room you were previously in, the pyramidal-shaped room. Yes, does these look familiar, ma'am?
Yes.
This is the room you're
yes.
currently contacting me from.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
It's a contact place. Okay.
Yes. This is
like a telegram.
Yes, like a telephone call, but with like a movie combined. Think of it as like future telephone call, which you can see audio and hear audio and see video, movies, moving pictures.
Right.
Shit. I'm gonna get yes.
Can you help us get back?
You are writing down an anomaly that is not in our records. If you'd like, I could send out a technician.
That would probably be the problem then, if you don't have it recorded. There's...
it's not in my history of Earth and the human era.
Well, no, it seems to exist in the dinosaur era,
but also not in that. It's not in our records. If you'd like, I can send out a technician.
Yes, any help you could, but be careful because there are these giant lizard dinosaurs.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That is, we have methods of handling those.
Oh, fantastic! Because we're not very good at that at all.
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Right, but
not yet, at least.
We've been seemingly in a bit of a time loop. Some
yes,
of our
could
party...
you write down exactly what has been happening in these time loops? Is there a commonality? Like, is there a certain trigger that resets the loop? For example, touching a certain thing, reaching a certain point, everyone involved dying.
My father and Miss Staunton here, because they could probably help as well. They're both in the call center, and I'm just like scribbling as quick as she
neither of them
can.
has reached out. I'm afraid that we can only handle the call volume of one at a time with the energy stored in your location.
Right. Also, can you help us get water to the train?
Ma'am, I'm afraid that is, I think I'm supposed to say not our problem. Unless it does have something to do with the current time anomaly you are experiencing, in which case
the train
our
shouldn't
technician will
dinosaur
do their best
yeah,
to assist.
the whole train is in this time that we shouldn't be in. If that helps, like here, I just
right. Let me get one of our technicians on the line. I will have them sent to you in person. There will be a fancy box that pops out, and I will need one of you to go stand in it to make contact with our technician.
Right.
Okay.
Like a wagon of some kind? A carriage?
Like an elevator, more like an elevator box, but it's not going to move. It's just going to stay there. And that will allow you to make contact with the technician.
There's a strange time bubble around this ziggurat that we have to be a little careful of.
Oh, yes, please write down everything you know about that, and any and all information will help our technician.
She writes down as much as she can remember.
Yeah, he's looking at this, okay, interesting.
Different loops and the different things, and I think she'll even... Because he mentioned about any differences, so she'll try and write down about Mr. Bailey and his differences too.
Did you write down anything about Doris?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's traumatized by that fucking penguin. She absolutely.
And
writes
as you're
down...
finishing pieces of paper, he's reading them and he goes, "Huh, Doris."
I think she's trying to draw pictures of this. The penguin, at least, and the outfit and stuff. She's not necessarily the best drawer. She's not like Mina, but. Just doodling them a little bit.
Yes. Give me one moment, and you see, he reaches out of the wall and pulls out another file, and you see pictures of Doris, like photographs, and he flips through, and this is not in our records, but also not on our purview. Okay, interesting. He closes it, puts it back in the wall.
That's an interesting cupboard. Can you send me back? I mean,
Yes, ma'am. We're almost done collecting it. You were in the Great Race Call Center. Waiting room.
Call Center.
Yes, the Great Race.
Who? Okay. Wait.
Our technician will have a few questions for your group when they get there. You can just answer those. Honestly, I will do their utmost to assist in assessing the situation.
And your name was?
You can call me John Doe.
John Doe.
Mm-hmm.
So Right, so they're going to be able to help us get the train back to where it needs to be.
They will figure out what is going on with your current loop and time anomaly to the best of their ability. Some things are at the moment beyond, certain comprehensions, but we will do our best to figure out the situation.
Right.
Give me
Okay.
a sanity check, Kitty, for
Right.
this experience.
Sure. Ooh, yeah.
You're you only lose one.
relatively chill.
You only lose
I'm
one,
gonna
'cause this
lose
is
one.
weird as fuck.
Definitely.
But you only lose one. You're
Also,
able to
dealing with
keep
call
it
centers,
cool.
would definitely lose some
Exactly,
sanity.
exactly. And now, you are at the ziggurat that is containing Quetzalcoatl's. Right.
Do you
Sure.
understand what those pictograms actually mean? We were trying to figure it
Yes.
out. This little creature
Yes,
here seems
we
to be
put them there.
problematic, and
Yes, it is. That is quite the problematic little creature. You are very astute for a human. Yes.
well,
Do
we
you know the
need
name
to...
of this creature?
No,
you probably
don't
shouldn't
know.
say it.
Right. Well, maybe I shouldn't know it then.
That's probably best. If you're looping, you might not remember if I told you, but that is a calculated risk that I don't think is in my pay grade. So, yes, this creature could be causing some of the problems that you're experiencing. It's an entity that messes with time. Is that
Right.
understandable to you? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean...
Time anomalies occur around this creature.
Right, yes.
Yes.
They're showing someone getting older, but...
Yes,
How
yes,
do-
in a forwards direction, generally speaking. Rapidly.
Right. Right.
Kind of a big issue if it were to run amok.
Well, yes, it looks like it, and... Because we do want to go forward in time, but we don't want to die in the
Do it
process.
at a
We just need
rapidly
to get
accelerated
back.
rate. Yes, no, it could be a problem, yeah.
Is that back where I came from? Is that creature there? Because it shows it in this little... Is it sealed away, or is it in the mountain?
That is what our technician will do their best to determine. So, if that is everything you have to submit in your report, your technical issues report, I will take this paperwork, submit it to our technician, and they will be with you shortly.
Right. If someone needed... So if we want to talk to you again, I do what I did. I touched the orb.
Yes, though it will say it can be a bit taxing to touch the orb, as it does require a level of energy consumed. But our technician, again, a crystal box is going to
Right.
come out of the wall, and you want someone to stand in that box to make contact with the technician. Since you've already touched the communications orb, you might want someone else to step into the box.
Should they be skilled in technical things?
No, they don't need to have any skill whatsoever in anything.
Right. All right. Are you sending me back?
Yes, ma'am, if that is all the questions, comments, or complaints you have for today,
What?
if you could rate my service on a scale of 1 to 10 today, I'd really appreciate it. He holds out like stars. There's like 0 stars and 10 being better.
Well, I mean, you've been very helpful.
Thank you.
But,
I did try.
But with
The technician will also ask for a rating. When they're
right.
done. I'm just the call center guy. I just make contact with the technician.
Okay.
Get that
Well,
line
hopefully the
started.
technician can help more, because I don't really know what this has done. So, do you have a card or anything that I could take back?
Unfortunately, ma'am, I cannot send anything back with you as you are only here mentally. Your brain is in your body in that room, but your consciousness is communicating with me right now. In a subliminal space.
Right. Gosh, it's been quite a day. I'd like to go back now.
Yes, I don't recommend you stepping in the box if you've already made contact today. But that's
Thank
only for the
you.
recommendation. Thank you so much, Miss Cartwright.
Thank you, Mr.
He like
Doe. Yes.
yes, of course. And again, stars number 1 between 1 and 10.
It's 8.
Thank you, ma'am. If it's it, you have a wonderful rest of your day. And white flash of light, you are back in your body, touching the crystal. Mina, Kitty, your dad. It's only been like 5 seconds. He's like, when? And she's back.
Kitty, you all right?
Oh, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to take so long. I just, oh goodness, there was a call center, but it was very strange, very bland decoration. Mr. Doe, was asking, he's gonna send a technician to help us, apparently. Somewhere, keep away from the walls. He said something about a box.
And as you say
coming-
that, a box, like
Oh,
slowly
goodness.
slides out of the wall. It's made out of, it looks like if you had crystal tanker toys and built a little elevator, like one person, like a phone booth,
Right.
but with no front. And it's got a little,
Okay,
made out of like
right.
crystal rods and joints. Yep.
What's a call center? Who's Mr. Doe?
So, okay. Well, he seemed to suggest that I wasn't there, so I don't really understand because I literally wrote, I wrote down everything for them. They had, they already knew these pictures. I was in this white room, very blocky, but a gentleman was there and he helped. He said they were the Great Race Call Center.
You do know, like, a call is something you make on a telephone, and there is a switchboard operator, but maybe she was in some sort of switchboard operator's office?
But it was very strange.
Shrug.
You said it was like a telephone and a moving picture all at the same time, but I don't really understand that because I wasn't watching a picture show. I was talking to a gentleman, but he said that there's a technician. If one person needs to go into that box, and he said it probably shouldn't be me.
Yeah,
and to be
Kitty,
honest, I'm going to agree with him.
You are going to lose from using Contact Yithian spell.
What?
Yeah, weird, crazy.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna just go into your sheet and do it for you. You're gonna temporarily
Yeah.
lose 6 magic points. So we're gonna put your magic points down to 10.
Magic.
Yeah, and 2 sanity for the call. There you go.
Okay.
I just did that for you. You feel a little
Thank you.
drained. You feel kind of tired after that.
Yeah.
You feel like like a nap would be nice, but you don't need it. It's just, a little draining.
I look around like there's nowhere to sit down. Is it?
You
We're sort of
imagine
in
that
a-
maybe that crystal box is a similar experience, which is why he recommended you not do it back to back.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of tired after all that, and I don't know. He said there's a technician to talk to who might be able to help us figure out what's going on, but they seem to not know anything about this, but also know about this. It was, sorry. Can I
So
sit
you
down?
were in contact with perhaps whoever is on these petroglyphs?
Well, I mean, he looked like a normal young man.
Very average
he-
looking. Like the
but
epitome of the average human man.
Mm-hmm.
Super average.
So it just and they mentioned that this creature had a name that we shouldn't know or shouldn't say, so I didn't ask what it was.
Right.
But he said that creature, yes, speeds up time. But they didn't seem to know. I don't know. They knew things but didn't know things. Sorry, he got me writing everything down. I tried to draw these, but I wished you were there. But apparently, only one of us could be there. And she's just gonna sort of like find herself
Sit on the
sitting on the
floor?
floor.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She just sort of like, oh, she's talking. She just sort of. I'm sorry. It's kind of. I don't know who wants to talk to the technician, but I've kind of poofed.
And your dad's like getting a canteen of water and like handing it to you, looking very concerned about you. Edison, could you make me a luck check, please?
Yes. That is a fumble.
Oh, god
cool.
damn!
I was gonna see if you got there in time for the
yeah.
decision of who goes in the box, but you're gonna
Oh
be late.
no! I want to go in the box.
I'm going in the box.
Oh, damn it!
Oh.
Right, Kitty, you
Can't the
rest.
fumble be like loud? And we're like, what's that?
So, what am I to expect with speaking to this technician?
Well, to be honest, I'm not sure, but if it's anything like I experienced, you might find yourself in a strange, but sort of like a white elevator, but kind of big, but talking to a gentleman who might pull things out of the wall, like all the cupboards. You couldn't see them, but they seem to open up, and they said that the technician should understand a little more about what we might be experiencing, and I'm hoping at least that they can help us get back to where we need to be. But I don't know any more than that. Hopefully that's what they're for, but he said nobody needs to have technical skills necessarily to talk to them.
Right, well, that's good.
Yes, but maybe they could help draw something, or you could draw something, or I really don't know what to expect. That was very strange.
Right. And Mina's gonna, because I imagine Mina sort of like got down to Kitty's level when she sat down. She's gonna pat her hand. Well, hopefully I'll be back in a jiffy.
Right. Well, take your time and be careful. But I mean, no harm came to me. Although I am a little exhausted and my brain hurts a little, my mind. But good luck. Just tell them everything that you know, and we'll hopefully we can get out of here.
She's gonna stand up. She's gonna try and straighten her skirts and make herself look presentable. You know, it's just what she does. Reflex. She's gonna walk very gingerly into this box, like very apprehensively, but she's gonna step inside.
Before as she leaves, I think I'll give her hand a little squeeze, of encouragement before she goes.
You step into the box. Mina, you turn around. So far, it's just a little crystal and tanker toy-esque, little, barely a box, elevator type thing, and then, there's a noise. And Kitty and your dad, there you see a light phase up and down over Mina during that moment of sound, and Mina steps out of the box. Yes, hello. What seems to be the problem?
Hello, are you the technician?
Oh, no, Mina, you're not here.
Oh. Oh!
Wait, Mina steps out of the box.
Mina steps out of the box and says,
"Yes,
hello, there seems to be some sort of problem here. Let me get my tools." And presses on a section of the wall, and a little drawer slides out, and there's these interestingly shaped crystals and things, and she starts putting them on her arm. Like a little weird bracelet thing. Yes.
Did they show you how to do what you need to do?
Oh yes, I'm the technician.
Well,
Mina.
Yeah.
What?
You are in drifting in a dark space for just a moment, and then you open your eyes. Oh, your vision is blurry, cross-eyed, hard to say. Then you realize you have 4 eyes, and 2 sets of them are looking in different directions. And you're trying to find out how to focus. You have 2 heads. You try to move, to reach around to figure out, and you realize you don't have legs. You're hovering. You don't have arms. Well, you do, too, but they're noodly, and they have large claws at the end. Can you make me a sanity check?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please hold 1 second.
I was gonna
Success.
say, that's good you made this one.
Okay.
And we'll round up. We'll even say that's a hard success for you, because 30 through 16. We'll round up. We'll round up for that one,
Okay.
because it's so close. And you were a willing, consensual participant in this.
Yeah.
You were only going to lose half of this amount of sanity. 4 sanity.
Okay.
For now. You are in a large room with other creatures that look like the things you saw carved onto the walls. The pyramidal shaped bodies, 2 heads, and they're looking at you, and you hear in your mind, because your ears are weird. Everything's kind of echoing weirdly. You want to puke, but you don't think you can. And you hear, do not be alarmed. Our technician is assessing the situation for you. Welcome to Yith. Please feel free to peruse at your leisure. However, should you become combative, we will need to restrain your current physical form. If you would like, we would be most appreciative if you could write down everything you can recall about your current time and era. However, if you need some time to adjust, we would be happy to walk you around the library.
Mina's like hyperventilating in her brain.
Yeah, in your brain, because you realize you have sphericals. You don't have lungs. So air is just kind of flowing through you. Yeah.
Yeah, this is all very, very strange. And when they say if you become combative, we'll have to restrain you, she tries to nod and is like, wait, which head
and
is
you
nodding?
nod, and both your heads kind of move, which makes you dizzy again, because they're they didn't nod at the same time. It's like chameleon vision, Yeah.
So after a couple of moments where she's trying to get her bearings and calm down a little bit and be like, okay, weird shit's going on. This is fine. We're just gonna roll with it. She goes, the library, I think, would be nice.
Right this way. And as you walk, there's large windows that look out onto the scenery, which is really nice. Purple grasses sway in the breeze of a pink and orange sky with 2 suns. And you can see, it kind of looks like the Milky Way, you would think, in the distance, just kind of spinning slowly in the sky behind the suns, which are kind of dim, far away. And yeah, we're just gonna leave you there for a moment while your technician sorts things out. Edison, this is when you come in.
Yes.
Yes, Mina Staunton is putting on strange instruments and says, hopefully we'll have this figured out for you in a jiffy.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, Miss Cartwright. Mr. Cartwright, hello. Miss Staunton, nice to see you. Look, I brought my Jeff.
Miss Staunton. Oh, Jeff. Wonderful. And see, Kitty Cartwright, we have your own file. It must be Mr. Cartwright.
Why are you introducing yourself to everyone?
Hello. I'm a technician that was requested to investigate the time anomaly currently happening in this place.
I see, that makes sense. I'm Edison Jones.
Lovely to meet you, sir. Ooh. Now, if I could just get some scans of the area. You mentioned
he
that
sort of
there
asides to the Cartwrights and says, bad news, August is dead.
Yes, I'm afraid everyone but us, I think. Well,
Mr. Hawks too, that's too bad.
Yes. And Mr.
This
Boone.
person is some sort of extraplanar being.
Yes. You seem to understand that quicker than most. Yeah, Miss Mina stepped into that box over there, and then this Miss Staunton stepped out, but I don't think this is our Miss Staunton. This is...
No, it appears as though her consciousness has been taken over and she is being piloted by someone else. So I assume that our Miss Staunton is elsewhere, but I'm sure she's in good condition.
Oh, yes. She'll probably be giving a tour of the library right now.
What? Oh,
Oh.
I love library tours.
Well, perhaps if you ever need a service of technician in the future, or perhaps a contract could be made with you in the future, Mr. Jones. We'd love...
To be honest, I'm sorry, what was your name?
Well, right now I'm Miss Mina Staunton.
Oh, I suppose. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Staunton, but to be honest, I hope that a situation like this never occurs again in my lifetime.
That would probably be the safest for you, yes.
Yes.
But one never knows. And she's got these strange
No.
glasses on, and she's looking around. There seems to be a bit of interference with my readings down here. I'm gonna need to leave this area. Would you all mind staying here while I just nip out and do a few quick readings?
Of course not. Take your time.
Yeah, be careful. There is this ziggurat. Father knows more about it, but
Yes. No, I have it on file. And she pulls out from the thing like a little square, again made out of metal. We would think of it as a tablet, but you guys that's
Jones.
just a weird
wounds.
glowy metal box. Thin
Are
metal
you keeping documentation on that device?
box. Yes. Oh, Mr. Jones, you're going to love the future.
Yes, I will.
Right, now I'll be back in just a jiffy. You see her shift like something on that armband she put on. Yes.
do be
Miss Cartwright?
careful. Well, I'm just worried. Do be careful of the dinosaurs out there. If something happens to you, what happens to Miss Staunton that we know?
Come now, Miss Cartwright. This person is clearly a professional. We need to let people do their
Yes.
jobs.
Best not to think
well, I
about
don't want
that.
to
And you see it pulls out like a pack and like hooks it under her hip and like a bunch of coils connected to a weird sci-fi looking gun. Don't worry, the dinosaurs will not be an issue. Now,
Oh,
back in a jiff. Jiff is the correct verbiage. Yeah? Yes, great.
yes,
Excellent.
I believe that is appropriate.
And walks through the wall.
Jones turns to the others and says, "Thank goodness she left. I was never attracted to Miss Cartwright or Miss Staunton before, but I
Chance you're
was
married.
getting the vapors."
Well, how does she do that? Oh no. I think I want to go towards the wall and then she doesn't because she touched
No, no.
too many things already.
No. Now, I don't know what happened while I was gone, but I would not recommend touching anything in this place.
Already done that. And I'll explain to him what just happened before he walked in.
Throughout the recap, Jones grows in clear envy of Kitty's
Oh God, there's so many
experience.
roles going.
Just
Yeah.
maybe some contested roles between some entities right now. I wouldn't worry about it.
Excellent, great, yeah. That's the one in the 98. Not scary at all. Well, yeah. Are you feeling all right? You weren't very well on the train. You seem a lot better now.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Well, clearly the situation is being dealt with. That's encouraging. Goodness, you know what I just thought of is, well, if Mr. Boone and Mr. Hawks and August are deceased, I hope that we are able to reset and bring them back.
Yes. I had the same thought. Yeah, hopefully this person can figure it out and then maybe they'll just send us back to the start of the loop and everyone's fine and we'll just carry on to
So
Gunnison back in
This
the right time.
organization, the Great Race?
Great.
We assume
Well,
by
Great
context
Race
they mean
Call
the
Center
competition.
was where I went.
Oh,
The competition. Oh, the Great.
like a race running, right? Not.
They didn't
Not a lot-
mention anything about this being a race, though.
You don't think that they're, I don't know, some sort of racist, do you?
Well, I did wonder that they clearly think of themselves as superior in some way.
They clearly are.
Well, they definitely have a very
Advanced technology
different
and knowledge and abilities.
Well, I was going to say a different aesthetic, but maybe
Yes.
maybe they do have more. They did ask me what kind of writing implements I needed, but
Well, while this conversation is happening, I just want you to know that 81 was Jeff's sanity roll
Poor
for the
Jeff.
situation. And he's like hyperventilating, staring at the wall that Mina disappeared through. I just want you to know he's got a
Jones
insanity.
doesn't look at him, but holds out a hand and pats Jeff on the back and says, "In through your nose, out through your mouth."
Is he still wielding a gun, this man?
Oh, he definitely
And
is. Yes.
How insane is he seeming?
Well,
Scarily insane?
He's insanity
Combative?
right now. He seems
Yeah.
to be more frozen. Thank you. Luckily for you.
Okay.
Luckily for you, he's more just petrified at the moment.
Okay.
That's what a couple rolls were for.
Race, these beings, well, if they are willing to solve the problem, then clearly they're more advanced than we are.
Well, yes. I mean, there were certain things they didn't seem to know about, which was interesting. But I don't know
Well-
if they understand what the problem is completely. But
Well, from what I saw at the petroglyphs on the way in, the people who lived here were plagued by some sort of other being who caused them to age and deteriorate rapidly. And then they were visited by someone from a sun or a star with long noodle-like arms and a pyramidical body. And then they gifted them with something, a gem, I suppose, that they put on top of the cigarette to keep this thing entrapped inside of it.
well, okay. Well, that's. You think it's trapped inside this ziggurat?
It appears to be gestating or imprisoned within the ziggurat. I'm not sure which, but if they are not
Yes.
alarmed, then I'm not alarmed.
Well, I suppose, but
You don't think that these people are the noodle arm people, do you? Maybe they were just appearing to be human for your sake?
how would you do that, though? I think
How
I
would you take
notice-
someone into an alternate dimension? Kitty, you're asking questions that we are not equipped to answer.
Well, you asked them. But
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. It's all a little beyond me. I studied rocks, not people and entities.
Well, keep in mind their civilization likely had geology at some point as well.
Well, of course. I mean, I don't even recognize what crystal or material this all is, and
I don't think it's native to our area.
you think this?
Or maybe a different continent.
You think it is
perhaps.
alien in origin?
It does. One of these crystals does remind me a bit of a meteorite bit that we found. We're doing
Where
some-
was this?
Oh, this was out in Nevada.
Interesting. And then Jones presses him to tell the whole story, even though it probably has no bearing on the plot of this campaign.
Absolutely, and he will tell you the entire story.
Mhm.
Yeah, yep. He'll give you all the details.
How much time has gone past since that technician has disappeared?
So far it's probably been about 25 minutes. Hard to say.
Say, Kitty,
Hmm.
when you were speaking with a customer service representative,
Yes.
did you have a chance to mention that our friend from Australia, Mr. Bailey, seemed to be affected differently within the time loop, perhaps because of his proximity to, well, your demon penguin?
Well, yes, I did. I mean, they got me to write down as much as I could, and so yes, I did mention that because they asked about strange things, and nearly everything that's happened to us recently has been strange.
See, now you're catching on. Everything is strange, so nothing is.
Well, I would think everything is very strange. I don't think nothing is. But I yes, I mean I mentioned that. Did anything change on the train? Did he wake up or anything?
We filled it with water.
Oh, right.
Yes, it's moving. We moved it into the town. And the people are
okay.
taking shelter there. They all seem to be all right.
Right.
So that's good, I think. But
Yes.
clearly we are out of our depths here. So I find it's best if we just sort of sit tight and wait for things to happen.
Well, there isn't much else we can do at the moment. We need to get our Miss Staunton back. So hopefully.
Precisely.
This
Well, I don't know. This one's
technician
nice.
person- Well,
Oh, I enjoy the company of this visitor to form.
Sure, but we do not need to lose our Miss Staunton to be able to have a company of others.
True. That is correct. Yes, we can get the one back who draws.
Yes, well, you could also have a good, polite conversation with her, I'm sure, as well. But
Oh yes, I'm very good at small talk.
You're getting better.
Yes.
But I don't need to small talk anymore.
Thank goodness. She pulls a Jones and says, "That's the end of this conversation."
I'm like, I've already had enough mental strain. I don't need to deal with trying to have a conversation with Ed.
Jones is going to then just turn his attention to the petroglyphs. He's just studying them all and
they're
like
fascinating.
processing.
Absolutely. It's probably about an hour before Miss Staunton comes back.
I think Kitty was definitely starting to get pretty worried. Because
your
if
dad
Mina
also
and
looks a little concerned.
Yeah, if they
Miss
say
Staunton's
that I
alright.
touched it and was like back within seconds, and the fact that this Mina's now been
This seems to
gone.
be a little different, as you
Yeah,
didn't
it's
walk
like,
around and
did
talk
she
to
just
the
get
group.
eaten and now
She
we're never going to
just
see
get
Miss
eaten.
Staunton? Well, like,
Yeah.
I
That's a
think
good
Kitty
question.
thinks it's dangerous out there. What if she's just died and we've lost everyone?
So,
Oh, good, you've returned.
yes. Sorry that took so long. Some of the readings were a little wonky due to the anomaly that's going on. So, I have some good news and some bad news. Good news
Right, we
is...
would like both of them.
Excellent. Good news first. I'll do that. That's usually how people like it broken down. So, good news is I had a delightful conversation with the entity responsible for this time bubble, we'll call it, that you all seem to be stuck in.
Yes.
Yes, the good news is I've figured out the conditions for its resetting and the conditions that need to be met for you to break out of it.
Oh,
The condition
good.
is everyone needs to die, and that's how you get reset.
Right. I see.
The other good news is that to get out, to break the time loop, you need to retrieve the crystal from the top of the ziggurat.
But yet, the ziggurat itself has a field around it that causes one to deteriorate.
Yes, so you're going to need to use the glyphs that are written in the petroglyphs in the cave below to cancel out the current perimeter that is in place, and then you'll be able to safely retrieve the crystal. You'll then want to hold on to it for later use.
Do we get the impression this Staunton
This Staunton.
is referring to the ones in the entry or to the cave, like the drawings and
Yes.
stuff like that?
Mhm.
Okay. So the information we need lies within those petroglyphs.
Yes, it does, yes. So you'll see that there is currently a ring of... I checked out the structural integrity of the glyphs that are contained in the crystal right now are, in fact, weakening, and it is a problem that we somehow didn't foresee, which means that the entity that is being contained within them is gaining strength somehow, and that is a problem.
Yes, so it would seem.
It's a problem that is not occurring in this age of dinosaurs. So...
Why did you move your hands like that?
It's, dramatic effect?
Oh, yes, very
Yes.
dramatic.
Thank you. Humans are so interesting.
Yes, we are. All of us humans.
Yes. So,
Wink.
gives you a little look like, oh, that's cute. So,
So, go back to the town where all the people are and murder them all.
no, you don't need to do any
I thought you said
murder.
everyone needs to die.
Everyone in your group.
Ah,
Needs
that
to
makes a lot
die.
of sense. What about
Yes.
Jeff? He just
Jeff.
nods at Jeff, who's freaking out.
In this scenario, Jeff doesn't really matter that much, darling.
You hear that, Jeff? You don't matter. Good news.
Thankfully, he can't hear you right now. He seems to be disassociating very hard. But yes, so you need to get the crystal, use the glyphs to cancel it, and then take the crystal, and there'll be a little ritual at the top of the ziggurat. I need you to write that down for later.
Ritual at
But
the top of the
everything we
ziggurat.
write down, we don't remember in the next.
When you take the crystal off, there'll be a little...
Oh.
The bubble will shrink and pop. So you will need to write down the ritual. Or you could write down the ritual before you take out the crystal. Once you remove the crystal from where it's at, the time bubble will shrink and pop, and you will be back in April 9th. Monday, April 9th, 1883.
Oh, goodness. And you don't foresee any harm to come to us through this process of shrinking the bubble?
No, the bubble should be fine. But
good.
maybe make sure you're at the bottom of the ziggurat
All right.
by the time it shrinks.
Right. But
Run
Mr.
down the
Jones,
stairs.
didn't you think that this creature was being contained inside the ziggurat by
Yes,
the
that seems
crystal?
unclear. Is the
Well, that-
crystal
Not so
responsible
very.
for keeping this adversary at bay?
It is and is not. Yes. There are a series of these crystals.
Oh, it's
throughout
one of several.
The world. Don't go looking for all of them.
No.
But this one in particular, which is, we'll say, the closest one to where this creature's being contained, is a bit weak, and it is a bit of a problem. Oh.
All right. So it needs to be perhaps replaced or repaired, but we need to remove it first.
Yes. Yes, you'll, based on the conversation I had, I have a feeling you'll know what to do with it in the future.
Yes, I would
Just
think
remember,
so.
get the crystal, time bubble will shrink and pop. Write down the ritual. Maybe make sure you're at the bottom of the ziggurat when the time bubble pops, just because that would be a little bit of a way to fall. And then the train, I almost forgot this part, the train will be exactly where you left it. So if it's all filled up with water and ready to go, it might be going.
Oh, so the train is... Will it be where we leave it when we remove the crystal?
Yes. So if it's
What about
out
us?
of
Will
steam,
we be in the place it was?
close enough.
Interesting.
If the
Well,
train is
this is
sitting
very
still
exciting.
out of steam, it will probably be sitting still out of steam when you...
But we don't want
so
it
it
in
won't-
motion.
Yes.
I would not recommend, if you want to catch the train, I would not recommend it.
Right.
This has been very helpful.
A quick question before you possibly
Yes.
disappear. Well, you mentioned about writing down
also,
the ritual.
whoever is dead in your
Yes.
party, when the bubble
At the time when
pops,
we remove,
will
crystal.
stay dead. So
I see.
try to
Well, we
stay
will shall
alive.
try to avoid that.
Yes.
Oh, is there a significance to the fact that Mr. Bailey seems to be changing? Do we have only if we
Yes,
if we
it's a good question.
don't succeed on this and we have to
Yes.
all die to loop again?
If Mr.
do
Bailey
we-
dies, the bubble, it becomes problematic, let's just say.
I see. So we need to keep him safe above all others.
It'd be just fine if you just leave him be and try not to die too many more times as a group.
All right. Yes. So like normal, as we would do before this happened, we should try not to die.
Yes,
Right.
yes. Yes.
This ritual that the ritual we need to write down. I'm
Yes.
wondering how we know the ritual and to write it down.
The instructions are on the ziggurat at the top.
Oh,
Yes.
they are. Okay.
Yes, it'll be just some runes like you'll find in the Petroglyphs, but a bit bigger and around the crystal in a little
We will be
circle.
able to interpret them. Yes.
You don't need to interpret them to write them down.
Right.
Oh.
Oh
makes
boy.
sense.
Okay.
Well, do you have some sort of review process for leaving feedback for
I'm
your
so glad you
superiors?
asked. Yes, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being best.
10.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Jones.
Yes.
See, I covered everything, right? Everyone's dead when you're gonna be, they'll still be dead.
Yes.
Yes, as soon
But
as you
now
remove the
we
crystal,
need to
that's
die
when it's
before
good.
this begins. Yes.
Yes, not to worry, Mr.
All right.
Jones.
He takes out a gun and points it at Kitty's head.
No, don't
But
worry.
we have to.
I have a method that
What?
will be a little less negative than some of the ones you've had
Oh,
so far.
good. I didn't want to do that.
Oh, yeah, because we need to remember all of this, otherwise it's all for nothing anyway.
That's true. Sometimes we have had
you
trouble
will want
remembering.
to probably get your father and Mr. Swift Crow with you before when the bubble collapses. If they're too far away from the crystal when it happens, there is a risk that they could be permanently stuck in the dinosaur ring.
Have we been able to locate
what-
Mr.
well-
Swiftcrow?
Mr.
If
Swift
that's-
Crow will be by the ziggurat as he's investigating.
So, but the people that we leave on the train, will they be all right?
They'll be fine because they're on the train.
right.
Maybe
they're not-
encourage them to stay on the train.
Okay.
All right. So, powering the train is not our chief priority. It is to stay alive, locate the others, and undo this crystal problem, and record the ritual needed to make the bubble collapse.
Excellent, Mr. Jones. You're very good with direction.
Thank you. Yes, I pride myself on my ability to take direction.
Excellent. We'll keep you in mind for further. We have we call it an internship program. Your Miss Staunton is currently experiencing. We usually do about a 5-year term contract. Perhaps you'd be
I would
interested
be
in the future.
delighted. And he reaches in his pocket and pulls out his resume that he keeps on him at all times.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jones. Yes, we'll keep this in mind.
There's 3 references there.
Oh, excellent. Perhaps we'll contact you at some point in the future should you survive. Thank you very much.
Ah, yes. I would enjoy that. Thank you.
Yes.
Feel free to send
Any
back
other questions,
the
comments, or concerns?
other Staunton? No, I think everything is clear to me.
And she takes, your resume and holds up her tablet to it and just flips through it. Excellent, we'll have that recorded. She puts her
Did you take a
utility
photograph of it?
instruments.
Fascinating. Did you see that, Kitty? Mr. Cartwright, did you see that?
Takes off the implements, puts them in the drawer that dissolves into the wall. Yes, anything? Any last questions, comments, and concerns before I bring back your Miss Staunton and flip the switch?
No, only to thank you for your service.
Right. When your Miss Staunton returns, just pull that string and a little, like a little, ceiling fan switch pops from the ceiling. And you'll
Alright.
reset.
Huzzah.
Huzzah indeed. Now, toodaloo, it was a pleasure and, very enlightening. Thank
Yes,
you
the pleasure
very
was all
much.
mine. Yes.
And she steps into the elevator and pushes a couple, adjusts a couple of things. And then closes her eyes, and there is a...
Oh, sound.
sound. Now, with all that's going on, Mina, you're gonna be on the Great Race of Yith's planet for about an hour. You're not on Earth anymore. You don't think you're in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. How you handling it? You're starting to get the hang of the body, sort of. It's bizarre, it's strange, a little repulsive, really. How you doing?
I think after the initial panic and freaking out subsides a little bit, she's gonna start taking stuff in, like Purple Grass, 2 Suns, a sick ass library, you know.
Yeah, the library has everything from books to weird glowing strips of glass to it's a big weird library. Computers,
I think she's
don't know what those are.
She shuts off that panic bit of her brain for the time being, and she's just on information gathering, and it's she's mentally logging all of this stuff. So if she survives it, she's gonna paint some fucking sick sci-fi masterpieces in the future. And she's gonna try and find out as much as she can about these aliens, through the library. If they allow her access to
You have,
the tomes and everything.
I'd say, full unfettered access, but it's as much access as you can rush. They show you towards where things are written in a language you will be able to understand. Yes, we have had many humans throughout the course of history do our exchange program. Many things
Right.
will be written down. Any questions you have?
Just one
We recommend
question.
researching the past and present rather than the future, as it can be a little difficult on the mind,
Right. Yes, I suppose.
the human mind.
Yes, knowing what's in store is a little bit daunting. So if I'm here in this
Yes.
form,
Yes.
whoever was in this form is in.
Our technician is in your body, yes.
Right.
We call it a mind swap.
Right. Okay.
You're taking
So-
this quite well. Perhaps you'd be interested in our internship program in the future.
Oh, don't mistake me. I am very alarmed.
Oh, yes.
Trying to work through it.
You're doing an admirable job. Don't worry. Usually our exchange programs last around 5 years or so, but yours should only be a matter of hours.
Right. Well, I'm rather glad, even though my predicament was unpleasant. I'd rather much be back there in my own skin.
Yes, since this is a technician-related job, I would like to have a courtesy to ask you, would you like to remember this experience, or no? We do offer a mind wipe feature. It's mostly effective. It generally
Mostly?
leads to slightly less trauma.
See.
Your delicate gray matter.
If you were to wipe my mind, as it were, would
Yes.
it just be from these events, or?
Yes, no, we would not wipe anything that would be pertinent to a life back on Earth.
Right.
Yes, Terra? Earth? Earth, yes.
Earth. Terra?
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
It's an alternate name. There's many names. Different ones in the past, different ones in the future.
Right. Don't want to know about the future ones. I
Probably for the
assume.
best.
Probably for the best. I think I would like to remember, if that's all right.
Most certainly.
May I ask, how
course.
did you discover?
Curiosity is a fascinating thing. We highly encourage it. Curious mind is a brilliant mind.
How did you discover Earth, humans, us?
Oh, that is a complicated question. We've been studying Earth, many other planets, races, and realms for millennia, eons, really.
Right. And what
is,
drove you to?
Fascination of ours.
What
Well,
drove
we
you
are
to make contact?
we are the great race of Yith, and thrust ourselves through time and space. We are very gifted in that manner, and so we like to learn everything about every culture at every period in time.
Okay.
It helps
Academics.
ensure our race's survival, so we can be prepared for calamities that might occur, and also we learn so many fascinating things.
Okay, I can appreciate an academic mind. Yes. Okay. Good. Do you have a leader, a ruler, as it were?
Something like that. We are a conglomerate of a collective. There are some people, we'll say people, who make executive decisions.
Right. Okay. Do you? Back on Earth, where I
Yes,
was in
1883, April 9th.
yes, but
A Monday.
we were before that in the dinosaur age.
The dinosaur age.
Yes,
The
there was a the dinosaur age. There was what appeared to be a ziggurat. Now, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken, humans weren't around in the age of the dinosaurs.
Well, yes and no. It depends on when, where specifically. Oh,
Right.
yes. Your origin is, obfuscated by your lack of technology in this era.
Right. Will we, in the future, I don't want to know details, but will
Yes.
we know more about this? Will
yes.
we
Some of
find
you
out more
humans
about
are
where
a
we
little bit
came
more
from?
enlightened, but people say crazy about the situation.
Right.
Mhm.
See.
There's some entities on your planet that are very well versed in your creation. I mean, some did the creating.
Oh.
Probably shouldn't say more than that, but you can feel free
Right.
to peruse the library, yes.
Yes. All right. So, well, thank you very much. You've been very helpful.
I mean, some humans might find it a little upsetting.
It is. Yep. May I? And this is just going to point to like some books and just start like.
Certainly. And what books does Mina, what topics of study? They would be happy to guide you through the directory.
She's trying to look for like. This entity said entities, right? On Earth.
Entities,
She's trying to find
yes.
anything Earth related, especially to do
Oh.
with the
Oh, Mina.
fuckery that's happening to them.
There's a book titled Elder Gods. They don't recommend that one to you.
Okay.
There's a book on flying polyps. They also don't recommend that one. Are you sure you want to look into this topic, Ms. Staunton?
Well, I would very much like to return things to normal back in my home.
Yes, that's why we have sent a technician to you that is currently using your body to assess the situation. Miss Staunton, after you return to your body, your mind is going to be a little delicate for a brief while. I recommend maybe not looking into certain topics while here. Perhaps something more fun.
What would you recommend?
Oh, well, you see, you are an artist, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps you'd like to look into some, different planets' landscapes. You said you did landscape portraits at one point?
I did, yes.
We have some marvelous sights here on our local planet. And then there's the planet we were on before as well. That shouldn't be too mind-breaking.
She's just gonna let herself get shepherded to looking at these landscapes, and she's logging it all.
Yeah, they're weird. There's some weird sci-fi shit in here, but nothing that's going to break your brain. Your chosen topics might have hurt a little bit because they have a lot of info. That would have been like the crash course in how to lose sanity.
I don't have that much, to be honest.
No, you don't. And as you're flipping through these weird, surreal, it looks a little surrealist landscapes. Oh, I just got news that our technician is ready to swap back. If you could please come back to the chamber with me.
Of course.
Thank you for your time, Miss Staunton. I hope you enjoy the rest of your time back on Earth. May it be long.
Pleasure.
And you go back into the little room that you started in, and then there's you hear a noise. And you are back in your body in the chamber with Mr. Jones, someone who's
Hello.
hyperventilating. You'll be Jeffrey Jefferson,
My
Kitty
Jeff is
Cartwright,
here.
and her dad. And you, good. You made it, Miss Staunton?
Being back in her body with one head, with legs, arms,
Can you give
and
me
stuff.
another sanity check, please?
Oh, that's a failure.
Cool. We're gonna say because the professionals did it, there's not gonna be any loss, but you're gonna be really attached to your body for a little bit. That's gonna be your temporary insanity. We'll give you a temporary insanity.
I think when she comes to, she sort of drops to her knees and throws up.
Yeah, it's a little jarring, but you're so happy to have legs again.
Completely oblivious to this, Jones walks up and says, "Tell me everything. What was it like? Who did you speak with? What sort of things did you see? I see you're vomiting. When
Can
you're
you also
done,
give me a
take
power
your time."
check, Mina, to see if you can remember anything? Because it didn't wipe you, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy to remember everything.
A fumble.
Now, this could go one of two ways. You could remember everything in excruciatingly mind-numbing detail, or you could remember hardly anything except some vague surrealist landscapes. I'll leave it up to you. One might lose more sanity than the other.
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d4.
Okay.
Odds, I remember everything. Evens, I forget everything.
Okay.
Evens.
You just remember some weird surrealist landscapes.
So she wipes out her mouth.
And
She's
for some
really
reason you
embarrassed.
feel like that's for the better?
Yeah.
Did they mention anything?
And you
about the
remember you
internship
weren't in your
program?
body and it was weird. You're very attached to your body right now.
I don't remember much. I remember seeing some very bizarre landscapes. And I know I wasn't in my body, but I don't remember anything else.
No, someone else was in your body. They were very nice.
Well, that's good, I suppose.
Yes, it was very good. And they informed us on how to solve our time bubble problem.
That's good. That's good.
Yes. And then I recap all the things we learned.
Before we pull the trigger, let's make sure one other person might be able to remember this.
Also, now that we're all on the same page, Miss Staunton, when we pull this string, all of us are going to die.
Oh.
Yoink.
She's like hugging herself a little bit.
You're real attached to this body and you don't want to lose it again.
Yeah,
Bump!
no.
You feel like a warm hug, and then a bright flash of blue light And a little bit like an electrostatic shock, and then you're back on the train. Everyone's alive, back on the train. Oh, everyone's 5 hit points from a full,
Where's the
except
noise?
Kitty,
Where's the
who's at
noise?
full. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
Oh yeah, you're
Not
back
real
to
as
full.
the noise.
We need the noise.
Everyone's back on the
Doesn't
train.
count. Doesn't count if you don't.
That's true. That's true. That doesn't count if there's not the noise. But everyone's back on the train. Bucky and Ryan, can you please give me your power checks to see if you can remember the last loop? Kitty, Edison, and Mina, you get a bonus to see if you can remember the last loop.
The power roll again.
Susie, you will remember.
Oh, I will?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you get a bonus from
That's
the way
right.
that you got offed this past time. Edison, you barely remember. It was a plus 10 bonus. So that is everyone remembers the past loop. Congratulations. You're on the train. Train is moving.
We just spring into action.
Yeah.
Like Jones goes up to get to inform the people in front about the mole, and to stop the train, all that, and say, we know how to help this, blah blah blah, and then we sort of put our heads together and
We need to-
bring Ryan and Bucky up to speed, and August too.
Yeah. Well,
We need to help
August
Mr.
is a little bit
Bailey.
of racking back and
Yeah,
forth.
we want to check on Mr.
Yes.
Bailey. How bad is he?
Mr. Bailey? That's a great question. He's got that big bruise and cut on his forehead. His arm is a little bruised and swollen. And now he's got his leg is a little his left arm and his left leg. It seems like he keeps hitting this way. His left leg's a little looks like his knee got out of its socket and then back into socket. It's a little dislocated. Looks like it's gonna hurt a lot when he wakes up. He's unconscious.
Um,
Jones is sitting there.
yeah.
Oh, that was a lot to hear about.
Yes.
Yeah, Bucky, Ryan, you remember getting trampled by triceratopses, and
Yeah.
there's gonna be some sanity loss for remembering the loop. But it will be lessened for the 3 who got to deal with the Yith, the Great Race of Yith. Because they had a little barely a safeguard put around them, but it's really traumatic if you're eaten by a dinosaur. Let's see.
Tom, you gotta change
dead
your color.
anymore.
You're not dead.
You're not dead anymore.
Come back to us, Tom. Come back.
Back to the world
come
of
back.
sepia.
Don't be black and white, Tom. Join us. Come towards the sepia.
Hey.
There we go.
Hey.
Bucky and Ryan, you will lose 6 sanity. Mina, Edison, and Kitty only lose 3.
Oh boy.
Worth it.
24, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Ouch.
Worried about
Yeah.
August. But...
Yeah. Maybe
Um,
he won't remember. Bucky and Ryan, you two both, because you lost more than 5 in one go, you're gonna get a temporary insanity. And we'll just say that is you really, really, really don't want to get trampled again. You're a little afraid of the dinosaurs this go around because you just keep getting murked by them. So you've got some dinosaur PTSD. Let's say.
Yeah.
Some might say a
uh,
healthy fear of dinosaurs.
The healthy
It's
fear of dinosaurs.
reasonable.
Reasonable, normal.
Well, I
Worse
wish
than
you all
before.
luck with your crystal powers and the rest. Good luck.
What? No,
Yeah,
we need
I'm
you to
not-
come with us.
you have to come.
I don't
No,
know about that.
You're
I'm
gonna
with
get stuck in the
Bucky on
past
this
if you
one.
don't come.
I don't
No,
want to
no,
get stuck between their little toes that crush me.
Well, please understand that you have to join us, and otherwise we cannot ensure that everything will be returned to normal.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, maybe
You got a high
we need
opinion
to.
of me.
Maybe we need to chase the dinosaurs away instead of just walking up to them. Maybe.
Or just not walk up to them at all, just avoid
Well,
them.
We tried
Right.
that. We got, but they alerted to us. But so maybe we need to go the other way instead of trying to be sneaky. Maybe we actually need to get some pots and pans and run in there screaming and chase them off so that they don't come after us.
Keep in
Yeah, that
mind
sounds
that
like a-
this is our last try.
Wait, what?
Well, they didn't say that, but we do have to worry about Mr. Bailey. And currently, he is an arm and a leg from being completely hurt.
Well, they did not say it's our last try, but keep in mind, if one of us dies and then we are able to reset the crystal, they stay dead.
Well, yes, so we need to try and keep everybody alive before we reset the crystal.
Yes, therefore
Okay.
I do not believe it is time for experimentation.
Well,
Should use what we know and
what
be
we
as
know
cautious
is
as possible.
right, but we have to go back to where the cave is to get to the ziggurat, which means going
to the
past
crystal.
where those big animals are. And
Could we
I
ju-
did find a path when I spotted a path after, but I don't. But I don't know that it would be completely safe. But I did, as we ran towards the cave, I did spot maybe a better
You did.
way that we could go.
Everything has an element of risk to it.
I
But,
guess.
yes?
Guess what I'm saying? Well, I guess what I mean is maybe if we take a few things that we could use to be loud. We mentioned about whistling the train to kind of chase off any animals that are local instead of. But I
only
don't know. Maybe they can't
fear
hear the
that
train.
For some of these creatures, noise will be a deterrent, and some will be a dinner bell.
Well, yes, but usually it depends how scary. I mean, something unusual to them surely would be more of a deterrent if they have not heard metal clanging. I don't know. I just know that last time we tried to be
Yeah.
quiet and it didn't work. So I'm wondering whether bringing something different
It's a
is
good
not a bad
I just
idea.
think last time, the reason they got spooked is because they noticed us. So I don't know if us banging pots and pans will just mean they'll run straight at us.
Well, but if we let's not do it too close to them. Maybe let's.
Well, in general, we should try to circumvent them, although that could lead us into the path of something else. We just need to use caution and find a balance.
Oh, we need to grab some fruit or some other things to take with us to figure out the time bubble.
Oh, yes.
Time bubble.
Well, we
Right.
can't. We don't want to enter until we know that time is probably paused almost, like my father mentioned about throwing the banana and the banana
Yes,
stayed
and
in one
watching it
place.
brown, yes.
Speaking of, we need to retrieve your father. And Sir
Yes,
Crow.
and Mr. Crow.
Oh, well, yes. So hopefully Mr. Crow will be near to the ziggurat at least. But yes, we
Find
did.
your father.
Edison, did you actually tell the train to stop, or did you?
And,
Because we don't wanna stop
Mr.
you.
Jones.
Oh, I see. Did you?
Yes, I've gone up there and
But
explained
did
the
we
situation.
stop really early? Because we were an hour away from.
I think I said, like, I don't know. The important
guess-
part is we're keeping the people on the train.
Yeah, and we
Right.
want to.
So I would say this is going to run out in an hour. We already have a plan. We know what's going on. We're going to exit the train.
You all sit tight. Nobody to
and
leave
sit
the
tight.
train.
Don't let anyone off. And like keep the man with the penguin alive.
Yeah, everyone else could die, but keep that one.
Yes. Well, everyone, if possible, everyone.
Yeah, sure.
But he's a priority for some reason.
All right. Is there
So,
anything
any
else we need to think about and
questions?
change? We don't know what we're going to encounter. We never went to the ziggurat before.
Well, hopefully, Mr. Crow is there as the technician. As the technician suggested.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
maybe we should get out way
We-
on with it, but
Let's just rig up with all the bits.
So-
we get all the guns again, and
we
Am
can
I,
take
Yes.
it.
Lindy? Am I right in remembering that it's not like the last chance, but like we're trying to keep everyone alive just because if someone's not alive, they're dead. Right.
When the bubble pops, yes. If they're not alive,
Right.
they're dead.
So I'm
So
just
it's-
wondering, like, did they give any impression that the loop would still be in place? So if something happened to us, we would get another chance to restart?
Yeah, as long as Mr.
Okay.
Bailey isn't looking like he's
Yeah.
going to die if he sustains
Right, but
one
he
more
gets
injury.
worse with each time. Yeah.
He does
Yeah.
get worse with each time.
So we could get
He looks like
to
he
the
could
ziggurat.
take a couple more injuries. Like if this was a king of hangman, let's say, he would
In
have
this
an arm, a
roguelike,
leg, and
yeah,
like the
yeah.
center, the core. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
probably give it 3
Gotcha.
more goes.
I would say maybe 3 more times and he'll be dead, so we should probably do our best. Just try and get it done in one.
Right.
How's everyone
I'm
feeling?
sorry,
Mr.
I
Hawks?
thought we were
Mr.
trying
Boone?
our best already. And we died
You
pretty
were?
much every single goddamn time, so...
My goodness, language.
Traumatizing.
And I know that this has been trying on everyone.
Do you
Well,
think...
let's get going.
Wait, but before we do, is there any other things that we can think of? I mean, would I question Lindy?
Answer. I'm gonna have August
What-
roll some first aid checks on everybody in the train while y'all are talking. 'cause
Fair,
that's
yeah.
But he's done
Good
every
man.
loop, so.
I would I have any knowledge of explosives as a geologist?
A little bit. Sure, we'll say yeah.
I'm
Your dad
kind-
definitely would.
Okay. So I just thinking of just sort of having more tools with us and more things. Like I said about banging stuff.
Trains
Maybe
often
the
did have some dynamite in case there was an emergency section of the track that needed to be cleared.
right, landslides and stuff. Okay, so knowing that, I'm gonna talk to everyone about like I just wonder maybe we need to look around for some more things so that distractions or chasing things off, or like we've been firing at them with these guns and it really doesn't do very much. But even if we don't have any actual dynamite, maybe taking some of the black powder and making small little scarecrow type
noise
things.
makers.
Yes, something that we could use to scatter things, but we're not being the ones making the noise. We're sending it somewhere else, like throwing a stone to distract, but maybe
sense.
something that makes a popping sound or something. I think we should look around for some of that. Take a few more things with us, because the guns alone are not enough for these creatures.
What about fire?
Well, we did consider this before. I think it's also a good idea, but it's just a lot more dangerous if it gets out of hand.
Of course.
Especially if we are carrying dynamite.
Well, yes. And to be honest, that could trigger a fire anyways.
Yes.
So, Ryan, should we go and see if do you know if they might have dynamite on this train? Do you think they'd let us have it? You got guns before.
I mean, proving that you can use a gun and proving that you can handle explosive dynamite are 2 very different things.
Well, sure, but
I could ask, I guess.
Could try. I
Yeah.
could convince him I know how to use it if you want.
well, yes,
Might
you're
be
a
Clear a
helpful.
cat.
very convincing
obviously you
person,
can.
Mr. Boone.
Well, I
Why,
do my best. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I think it's a good idea if we try. I mean, there's no point in things like that staying on the train. We know that we need them more out there.
Keep in mind, we have a solution in sight. We are able to put an end to this. Just
How?
need to keep our wits about us and, well, yes, press on toward the
Unfortunately-
goal.
That doesn't seem to be the only thing. We've been trying to do that, and I've been
Well,
torn
yes,
to
but
pieces
now
by
we
these
have
dinosaurs
the power of
quite a few times.
information.
Well, true. We have definitely a lot more.
Experience is the best teacher, and we have experienced quite a lot.
Yes,
Yeah,
several,
we have.
well, lifetimes worth.
Yes.
And maybe, Ryan, we could have a talk with the people and try and get some more than just guns. I mean, I can try and get some more explosives out of them.
I could try and make something, even if it's not proper. Even just a little pop might be good.
Sounds
Um,
good to me.
Still
I-
gotta kill the
yeah.
flying dinosaurs in the village.
We do gotta deal with them
Oh,
too.
yes.
Indeed.
Could we not
or
just
avoid
stick
them.
to the tree line?
Yes. Use
The
cover.
aerial prey, predators, they wouldn't see us in the trees.
Tried
I-
that once, got trampled.
Well, not deep into the tree line. If we just stick beneath, close
have
to
to-
the tracks.
Maybe.
I-
I mean,
And we know
No,
their
we-
timing now. We know
Getting
where
between
the
that and the
flight
building,
pattern
huh?
is.
Well,
we do.
Again,
Is there
information.
anything on board we could use to bait them? Is there any
Train
food?
on.
probably.
Probably.
Yep.
God
food
forbid,
somewhere.
pets.
Raw meat?
The train would have
Ish.
because there was a catered lunch. There was
Mm-hmm.
a lot of sandwiches. That's a lot of lunch meat.
Yeah, maybe we can
Probably
find a
have
big
extras.
ham.
Let's get some meat.
Okay, so team mate and team dynamite.
Yes, I will be on team meat.
I'll
even though I
just
don't
sit
eat
there
it.
really sadly tearing apart sandwiches to get the meat into like a sack.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Excellent. So we'll
Really,
follow.
anything that's food.
We
Yeah.
make lunch for the dinosaurs.
Yes, your porters will help you. They're. You guys helped with the first aid. August did an incredible job. The broken leg is really well taken care of and set.
Really
The
good.
dislocated shoulders
Nice.
popped back in, and Mr. Bailey got a hard success to treat his wounds, and so he's doing pretty okay.
Well done,
so
August.
The porters are happy to help you with whatever extra sandwiches and meat they have left. So we'll follow Team Dynamite. To
Nice.
probably talk to the
What a
conductor.
great team name.
yeah.
Dynamite.
A good name.
Bucky
It's a real
Boom
good name.
over here.
All right. So I think we'll go and find the individual who keeps giving Ryan guns. I think that's our best bet here.
It's the conductor who passes the order down. So
conductor,
you
yeah,
go
brilliant.
talk to Conductor Robinson, Ryan, and Bucky.
Yeah.
You can go talk to him. Yeah, what can I do for you?
So how much do you remember?
What do you mean? The train's gonna be
Okay.
running out of steam in a little bit. Unfortunately, about an hour.
It
About
will.
45
It
minutes
will.
now.
I'll look to Ryan. How'd you deal with it before?
Oh, you mentioned he's got a birthmark on his ass. That is
Okay, you
Only
you
his
have a
wife
birthmark
knows.
on your ass. Only your wife knows.
looks
And
like a rabbit.
looks like a rabbit on your butt cheek.
Oh.
And that's us telling you this because we've seen this before. We're in a
Oh.
sort of loop.
Oh, all right. Say I believe you. What can I do to?
Okay, so there's
help
some
you,
dangerous things out
gentlemen.
there. And we're going to be needing a few things from you if possible so that we can try and get you a way through this. You see, we're going to run out of steam before we
Mhm.
get to where we need to go. So
Gonna
if
see
you
that.
1:24 p.m.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of steam exactly at 9:24
Yeah.
p.m.
Exactly that. So we got a way to get a bit more speed by getting a lot of people to piss for us, and then we'll put it inside of the thing, and we'll keep on chugging along with the power of P. But
Sounds
aside
terrible.
from that, it is, but it'll work enough. But besides that point, we're going to be needing some guns to make sure that our people can make it and find a way out of this for you. Actually, on this loop, we're pretty confident that there's going to be a better way out of this for us. But we do need something a bit extra, and that's dynamite. Now, from my days in the army, I know how to use this stuff, but I just need to make sure that we have enough so that we can go and deal with the blockage.
You can roll me your fast talk, Mr. Days in the Army. I don't think you've ever done service, have you, Bucky?
Oh, fuck no. No,
No.
he definitely hasn't. There's no way at all.
That
All right,
fast
it's 50-50 on this.
Oh.
I mean, it's not a success. I will push it, though. Screw it.
Push,
Oh.
push.
Hey!
And that's what you needed. You needed the hard success. So it goes, well, if you used dynamite in the army and you said there's a blockage ahead, I suppose we
Yep.
could spare a few sticks of dynamite. And
Thank
some
you, thank you.
weapons. We've got a couple rifles and a shotgun, I think, to spare. So.
Sounds good to me. Just another little thing as well. We're seeing if there's things that can go a little bang, that'll distract people. Do you have anything like that?
Dynamite.
Okay, that's great. That's good. We'll take that. That's fine then. I just
Right.
thought I'd ask.
All right, on the
Oh,
borders,
and,
bring it to your cabin. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Make sure
mister.
no one leaves the train.
All
that too.
right.
Very, very important that no one leaves the train
Oh, except for you folk.
except for us. Yes.
All right.
Except for us. And,
Okay.
the folks we choose to take with us, because we'll make sure they're safe.
Right. All right. That doesn't sound like it'd be too much of an issue if you can solve this blockage.
Brilliant. Of course, we'll give it our best shot, and we feel pretty
was this
confident
about?
it, right?
It just
yeah,
gets
yeah.
the train a bit further. You probably don't need to go through that if you don't want to this time around.
Do
I
it.
feel like it's critical. Those extra feet.
Critical.
We don't know if that's going to be what the difference is between life or death later. You know?
It's true.
If we're gonna die, we want to do it by forcing people to urinate.
That's gonna
What
be
about the train?
an additional persuasion check from either Ryan or Bucky. You got the
Bucky.
explosives from
Yeah,
the
that's fine,
fast
I'll do
talk,
that.
but someone needs a.
Success.
For you.
He's
Closer than I'd
skeptical,
like.
but yeah, he's skeptical. But he'll hand you some buckets to pass around.
All right, you got this, Ryan.
God damn it. I'm just thinking of all the deja vu of that. Just, fine.
Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
Good luck. I'm gonna go and let the
Yeah.
others know about what's happening. You load her up.
Yep.
The bucket gets passed
Crucial.
around. Montage. You get an extra
Montage,
mile.
P montage, P
Pretty
montage.
off. Pre-montage. The train runs out of steam. A little later than 124 because you got an extra mile out of it. Everyone's ordered to stay on the train, keep all hands, limbs inside the vehicle at all times. Except for your group, you are given 2 rifles, a shotgun, and 4 sticks of dynamite.
Well, thank goodness we had an army veteran with us, Mr. Boone.
It's my honor to have served in our military, he says, throwing up a
Salute! I can't do it. I wasn't in the army. I don't know how to salute
It's
properly.
okay, neither was I.
What?
Don't worry
I thought
about
you-
it.
All right, I shan't.
And you all exit the train and go into the woods. Where do you-
Woods?
Ryan's gonna
Or no,
be
into the
taking the
jungle, I'm
bottle. Ryan's gonna be taking the
It's a
bottle
bottle
of
of
whiskey
whiskey?
with him,
Easy
and
enough.
he's sipping as he's walking through the
Oh,
jungle.
I'm
he
assuming-
is gonna get drunk.
You're headed towards Gunnison, correct? Get Kitty's dad.
Why not just go in a different way this time?
You can go whatever way you want.
I'm just
Either
kidding.
into the jungle, straight towards the ziggurat, or follow on
Back
the tracks
the way
towards
we
Gunnison.
came?
Yeah, you can go that
Um,
way too.
Is
no, I think
there?
Gunnison might be the best idea.
I would
You
like
got a bag
to.
full of half ham sandwiches.
And
Nice.
dynamite.
This is
We can do
dynamite.
lots of stuff.
Do they want these giant animal-like things or this bag of nothing?
Bag
What
of
if we
ham.
wrap the dynamite in
If
ham?
it smells. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Could I have asked the conductor to do one
Yes.
thing before we left?
What would you have
can
liked
I
to
ask
ask?
him to blow the train horn once every 10 minutes?
Absolutely, yeah. He'd be happy to do so.
One other thing that I kind of want to do is see if I can explore the storage where all of the stuffed animals are.
The taxidermied animals. So the thing
Yes.
about that is that he did not have all of his luggage transferred to this train. Most of it is still on the Union Pacific Railway, because it was in big crates and boxes, and y'all were attacked by the North Shore monster. So he only has his personal luggage, and the only
And the
taxidermy animal with him
penguin.
is Doris.
Aha, of course. Okay.
As much as
Are
I'd love
there-
to see you stuff a taxidermied walrus with
Ooh.
ham and dynamite, unfortunately
Yeah.
the taxidermied walrus is not here.
Does anyone in the first class carriages have a fancy fur coat?
Yeah. Let's say that our Jeffrey Jefferson would have a fur coat because he was planning on going into Colorado with the mountains and stuff. He has
I'm
money.
not. Yeah,
Any money?
I'm gonna when Bucky comes back, I want to settle up and be like, Mr. Boone, one other thought. Do you think you could persuade that gentleman to part with his fur coat? I could assist by pretending that maybe I'm cold or something, but I'm not the best. I'm not the most charismatic of persons, but I wonder if that fur coat could give the impression that it might be some sort of creature. So that, combined with the sandwiches, could help us a little.
You know what? I think I can try and do that for you. I tell you what, if you go over to the to nearer your bunk, get some blankets, bundle them around you, look a bit awkward.
Absolutely.
I'll do the rest. I got you.
Okay. I sort of sit down with some rugs and start looking like I'm so cold.
Yeah.
Try my best at acting and
In this
not
hot,
great at
humid
it.
jungle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 100 degrees.
I'm so cold, sweating.
Yeah.
Cold
exactly.
sweats. Wow, must have a fever. Yeah.
So I think I'll go over to the gent and just be like, hey, just a quick
Yes.
question. You got a moment to talk?
Ah. Oh, sure I do. He's
Brilliant.
yeah.
I see. We're about to head out and go and try and get ourselves moving because being stuck here ain't exactly our.
Oh, good,
our
somebody
jam, so
should.
to speak. Exactly. But the thing is, we're gonna need to go out there, and from what we've been told, the temperature drops quite a bit the further out you get.
Really?
So, yeah, it's crazy out there. It's real wild. This ain't a part of America I'm used to. So.
Shame. I didn't
yeah,
know Colorado
so
was like
I was-
this.
Exactly, yeah. Now, my friend over there, Miss Cartwright, she is going to be struggling. She's already getting a bit colder, and she's
Really?
going to get freezing as she gets
You?
closer out there. I was going to ask if you could be, because you look like a really upstanding gentleman, if maybe, I could trade you my jacket for now as insurance, and we could borrow yours, and Miss Kitty could wear that while we go out there into the cold. Is that okay with you, mister?
Can you give me a fast talk check?
Isn't it like tropical rainforest? That's
It is, yeah. It's the only thing I can do.
I'm
It's not.
only a fragile woman.
I'll give you a bonus for her 10%. Not enough. You got a
Not
60.
enough. I'm gonna push it anyway.
Push it in. We need a 30. No.
I didn't get a 30,
Oh,
Lindy.
no.
Fine.
Maybe if she's that cold, maybe she's got a fever. Maybe you should leave her behind. It's a medical treatment. Someone was running around here giving out painkillers. They sure we got an anti-fever.
I'll tell you what, I'll level with you. Okay, we're gonna go out there and there's some dangerous wildlife. Your coat looks like it could be an animal in case of danger. There's some things out there that we may need to throw it at. I was trying to be nice and treat you as a gentleman, but if we could just man to man deal with
But you
this shit
punch
and
us
get
in the
on with
face.
it.
Can you
It's
give
like-
me a
I was trying to be
persuade
nice
at
to you.
minus 10 since you already failed the fast talk?
The dinosaurs could eat you, or they could eat your coat.
65 is what you had. You barely make it. And he goes, well, I appreciate the honesty. I suppose if it gets us moving, that's sacrifice I'm willing to make. Just buy me a new one when we get to Denver.
You got it, definitely.
Right.
And hopefully I'll be able to bring it back and it'll be fine. But if I don't, I will buy you a new one, sir.
Yeah.
I promise.
Thankfully, it's not like it's mink or anything. It's a
Yeah.
beaver fur coat, so it's a little cheaper, but still nice. And it's about would be like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like knee length coat on him. He's a rather large, rotund man, so it's this you could fit a lot of ham sandwiches in this coat.
All right, and I think he'll take the coat, thank him again, and then go over to Miss Cartwright and just be like, "Well, we got you a coat. He totally bought it."
Oh, well, thank you so much. I was so chilly. She puts it over
Not
herself.
a problem at all. But I did tell him that it
Fans
gets
it a little
cold
as they
further
walk
out, so you can take it off for now if you want.
Okay, good.
I don't want you fainting on the way out.
Or no, I
Don't
don't.
be tragic.
All right, okay. I'll wrap the coat. Gather my stuff.
Same.
Can someone roll me 2d10?
Who's gonna do it?
Or two people could each roll me 1d10. Like we could do a group effort.
Okay, I roll 1, someone else roll a d10.
Whoever was on ham sandwich patrol. Also, Ramina, roll.
That's
You roll
ham
1.
sandwich rolls.
A 9.
Ham sandwich roll for Edison.
I will also roll a d10.
Oh, okay.
It is a 3.
You have 12 pounds of ham sandwich bits to
It's not too
It's
throw in
shabby.
this
enough.
coat. Yeah.
Yes, and fragrant as well. We should keep
Yes.
it under tight wrapping until we get where we intend to
I-
lay the trap.
Yes, I mean, if you leave all of that in the bag and then just wrap the
Are you
coat
wearing
around...
a fur coat?
Well, yes, no,
Seems
no.
impractical.
We're going to wrap the bag in the coat, and then they have to pick through the coat and then through the bag. It'll distract them for a long time. It's like they're eating some animal. It should be fine.
Oh, that makes sense.
Right. So we don't need buckets this time?
No, we are not interested in refueling the train, at least not until we get back to our proper period in time.
Right.
All right, are we ready?
The train
Yeah, I think so.
pulls to a stop.
124.
Here we go.
I cross my fingers and do a little prayer, even though she doesn't really believe. But it's like,
Now,
oh, please. Okay.
before we disembark, I would like to say one thing to all of you. If it comes down to it and I do not survive, I still wish you to return things to normal. Makes very little difference to me whether I live or die. So, if that is the case, I wish for you to not attempt to resuscitate me by resetting the loop.
Okay, and I guess on the contrary to that, if I die, please all die so I can come back.
All right.
Okay, cool. Just
Also, if anyone sees the technician that we met, you gentlemen don't know her, but just tell her I said hello. Off we go.
Mina gets like a little squiggle at that because she does know the technician was in
Yep.
her body.
It's a
Hey.
weird thing. It's weird.
It's weird.
Ew.
It's like,
Oh, no, don't worry, Miss Taunton. I find you very unattractive. Let's go.
Oh, good. Likewise.
wow.
it's like having a twin and you're just like, oh, no, not you, but this
Not
one.
you. The
Not
other one
you.
looks
You're
like you.
disgusting.
Yes, yes. Oh, you also all remember Edison's married.
I am married. Yes, this is very, very scandalous. He has a crush on an alien.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Different
Can't wait to see that
species
sexy
doesn't count,
pyramid with the noodle arms.
You all disembark the train. I'm guessing Mina has the shotgun again, and Bucky and Kitty take the rifle. Ryan has his handgun, unless Ryan wanted to trade handgun for rifle.
I mean, it depends if you want
Wasn't
Ryan,
Bucky-
who is
didn't Bucky
currently
prefer
drinking
handgun?
whiskey. Have
Yeah.
August had
Bucky
the
can't.
Uh,
Yeah, Bucky can't shoot anything very well, so if anybody wants this rifle, I will take a handgun, because it's pot luck if I hit.
I
I'm
keep
better with
taking
a
one and
handgun.
then not using it, but I'm gonna
You used
take
it last time
this-
for the pterodactyls.
Did I actually? Oh, I used it once. Yeah, I did use it against the pterodactyls. So yeah, I'll take it for the pterodactyls.
Okay.
What?
I think I swapped it with Bucky for the,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and then he just shot himself. So
Velociraptor, yeah. I needed something shorter.
Yeah. So Bucky will
It
swap
was
with
really
Ryan
awkward.
for a pistol. Well, Ryan, you have Ryan has a rifle. Mina has a
Ryan rifle.
shotgun. Edison pistol.
I'll
Bucky
just keep my pistol.
Kitty rifle. You all go
I trust
down.
Ryan with a rifle.
Carry on the tracks. You see the fork in the road. Don't take it. You know where that leads. You carry on straight ahead. It's not long before the jungle opens up a bit, revealing the ruins of what seems to be a train-stop town. There are dilapidated buildings being slowly choked out by vines from the jungle. The ticket booth has long since crumbled, and the refilled tower is barely standing on its rusty legs. A single sign in front of the train stop, hanging on by one of its two chains, swings ominously, letting you read the barely legible sign that says Gunnison. And
Everyone looks up in unison.
there's shadows whooshing over the town.
Everyone get to cover.
You
Do
have
not let them
12
see
pounds of ham and a fur coat.
you. Leave the
Who's
ham.
good at throwing, or do we just leave it here and then?
No, let's not make it more complicated. Just leave it up the tracks and then we can move forward.
All right.
Run out, leave the ham
The ham
witch,
coat.
and
Yeah.
and rush back
What,
to the
and-
tree cover.
Yes.
All right, that's easy enough to do. Since you're quick about it, no one's lingering. Let me just pterodactyl. Oh, they see it.
Pterodactyl.
They see this creature, this weird furry
They see
headless
it.
critter on the tracks, and they will circle closer. It's not moving, but they do smell the ham, and they will fall for it. They It doesn't take the long. They rip into the fur coat and begin eating half ham sandwiches. Imagine, because it was done quickly, there's a few slices of bread. They don't seem to care. They're just eating the ham.
Food is food.
Food is food. And do you let them eat all the ham?
No, we go back and save some of it.
I just was wondering if you fired on them while they're eating, or if you just let them eat and see if they move on after that.
I think knowing that last time we saw them, they stayed to pull apart Ryan or August and Mina. They were just hungry and interested in that. Like, we just let them eat and move on.
Yeah, we
Agree.
try and get Dad out and move before we
They
have to worry
succeeded
about
on their constitution checks to see if that was enough to fill them up. So you wanted them to roll that low there and not really high. Because if they rolled high, they were still going to be hungry. But one is like pretty dang full. You know, he ate a lot of that bread, a lot of carbs, filled them up. And the other one's, also decently full, and they will fly off. After the fur coat is mostly gone, as they also pretty much ate that as well. There's a few scraps of it left behind.
Success.
But you do not have to fight the pterodactyls. You had 12 pounds of ham and a fur coat.
Now, should we just hide under the water tower, guys?
No, remember? Oh, you were making a joke.
No.
No.
You
Are
don't know
you
what
ready
that
to
joke
see your
is.
father
You
again?
don't remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we told. Well, no, we probably didn't tell you too much. Actually, I think we probably left out some of the details. Okay. I waved to my dad and kind of
Kitty,
sneakily ran
Is
up.
that you?
And I give him a really tight hug and I say, "Hi. We've done this a few times, and this is
what
going to
do you
sound
mean?
strange, but I need you to come with us and our friends. You need to take
Kitty,
us
I'll
to
go
the
anywhere
ziggurat."
with you, but it's dangerous out there. I don't know, but we were in the age of dinosaurs.
Oh, we're very aware. Those ones have gone. Can you lead us as safely as possible towards the ziggurat with the crystal?
Yes.
Past
He's
the
gonna
cave.
make a sanity check because you have not.
Oh,
told
shit.
him. He
Trying to make him
succeeds.
Oh, good.
Barely, but he succeeds.
And I'll do the
right.
whole introductions thing, but like really quickly.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
we're trying
Yes,
to...
hello.
Mr. Hawks,
Yeah.
Mr.
Hello,
Jones,
Mr. Jones.
Miss Staunton,
Cartwright.
and he tries to like. He looks very Jumanji again, real. He tries to straighten himself up because his daughter's here and her friends, and it helps a little. He's less dusty, but it doesn't help much. Well, let me get my things and leave a note for Swift Crow in case he gets back.
Well, we are hoping to encounter Mr. Crow by the ziggurat. That's where we'll
But
find him.
leave him a note in case he comes back. Tell him straight back to the ziggurat.
Okay, I will.
Meet us at the ziggurat.
I'll write some things in the dirt with a stick. Grab some things. Grab his big backpack. Huffed it, and he will lead you towards the cave. You travel along the tracks, and you see the tall grasses. You don't go in them, you follow the tracks along. Whereas the further you go, the tracks begin to look less like finished tracks and more like a work in progress. They eventually run out where the end of footpath begins, and you see the large, peaceful grasslands, the base of the mountain with the group of quadrupedal creatures. A massive horned head and a bony frill in its neck, apparently grazing on the grass like cows in a pasture. You can
Now, for
see
those
that
of
the
you who don't
structure-
remember, they look peaceful, but they will stab you with their horns.
I look for the path that I had, or the
Because you had
a
made
path
that check,
that's safe.
you see the safer route. You think it would give you a bonus to being sneaky to go across, but you also have dynamite, and your father knows how to work dynamite. You'd like he could sneak down a bit, set some dynamite further away. The train has been tooting its horn every 10 minutes. It is tooted several times already, and when it does, the herd looks a little agitated, but they don't see a threat, and so they have not stampeded.
Father, do you think being quiet is best? And I'll explain to him that we did this before and got trampled.
Oh dear.
But yeah. So We
Not
do
me.
this time. We have some dynamite. Is it worth spooking them so they don't run this direction, but another one?
I
But
think
last
that
time they
might-
ran towards us.
Well, if you didn't have
No,
something
yeah.
that looked intimidating and they ran at you, maybe, I mean, like cows will trample a human because they're much bigger than a human if they're spooked in a field. So, if we blow up some stuff with dynamite, that'll create a big dust cloud and they might think it's more of a natural disaster and run away.
What do you guys think?
Oh, I trust his judgment. He survived this long.
Mm-hmm.
It could alert other things, but I do think it's a good idea to have them
We can
run
head straight
another
towards the
direction.
cave. Make sure, you know.
Yeah.
You said we
because
needed to get
we-
like down some of the petroglyphs.
Maybe that he's just
Yes,
decided
that's
to play
true,
with
actually. We
dynamite,
need
which is
to
also
actually-
all right.
we need to write down the those runes. for when
Yes, we
get
do
to-
need to record them.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's
if
scare
you
them
hand me
off
the
because maybe
dynamite-
they will attract those bigger ones and they'll chase them instead of us.
And he will
Yes,
make
perhaps.
a dynamite check.
Uh-oh. Don't blow yourself up, Dad.
He rolled a 23. That's real good.
Ooh,
For him, that's a
well
hard
done.
success.
Nice.
So he is able to set the dynamite with the appropriate length fuse, and set it at appropriate distances. Put him out there. We're like, all right, now let's move along that path you saw, Kitty. They'll go off in just a couple minutes.
Do I
You
need
guys
to
go down the
roll anything?
We will say because you've got the dynamite, and that was a hard success in the dynamite, that's going to do the heavy lifting, and so you all don't need to roll stealth checks as long as you take the path that Kitty scouted out in the last loop. So, are you all?
We
they're safe
creep
with
like
dinosaur
really
walk.
weird. Yeah.
You just have to find out the
Everyone
danger.
walks the dinosaur.
Walk the dinosaur,
Yeah.
yes. And,
Maybe we blend in.
and you big plumes. He kind of like buried them a little bit so it kick up a lot of dirt and dust and debris. And they go into a stampede with the opposite direction as they're running away from seemingly something large and intimidating and scary now rather than going, oh, something small and vaguely threatening. Let's see if we can stamp it out. And you all are able to get to the cave where the petroglyphs are. Find her. There's petroglyphs.
Okay. I think Bucky's mostly just happy not to have been trampled, to be
Yeah,
honest.
you're a
That's
little. It
most of my
puts
religion right now.
Bucky and Ryan a little on edge since you have that little fear at the back of your head. But you didn't have to engage with the pterodactyls, and you didn't have to engage with the Triceratops herd, which is probably at a benefit since you might
And
have
Ryan's
some
drunk.
negatives.
And Ryan's
Ryan's
probably
drunk.
quite tipsy and drunk at this present
That's
moment.
great. I'm
Yeah.
so glad for that. But Ryan, you can make me an archaeology check
Anything to get through these dinosaurs.
at these.
I don't
at
know
these
about
glyphs, 'cause
archaeology.
You've never seen these petroglyphs before in person.
I haven't.
You've got archaeology as a skill.
I do.
You were able to copy them down precisely. Despite your drunken nature, the archaeologist in you pulls through.
A little wavier than probably you would have liked, but you know, he's
Yeah.
got most of it now.
It's one of those things where like it's real slow, because like
Yeah.
you can do things not wavy when you're drunk, but it's real slow. It's real slow, but you're able to calmly and collectively.
Probably never concentrated as much as his
Yeah.
entire life.
He's sticking the tongue out the side of his mouth.
Yeah.
Like,
He can't control the tongue, it's just sticking out.
But you're able to precisely copy down all of the petroglyphs in the cave.
Alright.
Oh, well done.
It's my job.
Yes,
Hmm.
it is.
All right. Now we can take those stairs up to the ziggurat now. You're done
Stairs?
copying things. Yeah, there's some stairs.
How many?
The whole thing is
Good
stairs.
number.
it's a ziggurat, Ryan.
Mostly stairs.
He looks at his bottle of ordinary whiskey.
But, Mr. Hawks, please
Let me
don't drink all
conjure.
of that. That could be useful as, antiseptic.
Or flammable.
That too.
Alright, I'll.
Can you
probably
give me a
just,
con check
Yeah,
as well,
that's
just to
right.
see? Oh,
Huh?
how was your? Can Ryan give me a Constitution check?
Oh, hang
you're,
on.
You're not that drunk. You're
I'm a little
just
tipsy.
He's an alcoholic.
Second wind.
you're in like that perfect like a golden zone of like just enough to numb some of the emotions.
When you do this, it's sort of you project not being drunk.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
drunk.
See, as I sit depends on the mood of my character.
Yep.
And probably the fact that he thinks we've bypassed the dinosaur bit now. This is where we're now.
Yeah,
This is the home
That
run.
would be the
This
goal.
is the final
Yeah.
stretch.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
we've
one
definitely
hopes.
cleared all the horrible
Right.
stuff.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
worry
nothing
about
bad
it.
is going to
Yeah,
happen from
yeah.
here on
There's
out. No, we're
absolutely nothing.
fine. Yeah.
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
I've got a good feeling about this cigarette.
Everything will go perfectly.
Yeah. All right.
There will be no problems from here on out.
Yeah, let's go.
So you exit the cave and you go along the mountain side a bit. You climb up and there's rough stairs hewn into the mountain. They get clearer and nicer, more defined the higher up you go. Because you have to get up to the ziggurat first, which is like halfway up. So it takes you about probably an hour. Because it's always slower going uphill than it is going downhill.
Also, bear in mind, Kitty and Mina are doing this in dresses.
Yes.
And looking
Absolutely.
fabulous.
Just
I mean,
definitely
they
a
look
bit of
fantastic
hoiking has
doing it.
happened,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you know.
Mr. Cartwright is also like hovering around the two ladies, trying to make sure that like none of them fall. Like that
What a
offering a
gentleman.
hand and.
Keeping
I
an-
think we'd have looked. Oh no, we've got a rifle in my hand, so maybe not. But
Mhm.
I was keeping
You
out for
can
Swift
slink-
Swiftcrow
You can swing it
too.
over.
yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Because
Um,
he's riding on a mule, right? In theory.
Yes. Yes.
Hopefully.
Rosabelle is should be up here.
For
Um,
Charlie's sake, let's hope the mule is alive.
No, it's just got to live just long enough for August to see it, and then it's taken away.
Just long enough.
Yeah.
Whoop. And when you get close to the top, your father actually does like a bird call. You've never heard him do this bird call before, but it's pretty cool sounding. And there's a return bird call. He goes, yes, Swift Crow be up ahead, up top. I've said I'm coming.
It sounds like there's a bird up there.
It's Ute bird call.
Very
There are
clever.
Ute birds?
Well, the Ute tribe uses specific calls. Signal.
Oh, he is the one making the call. Oh, all right.
Yes.
makes
He'll be
more
expecting
sense.
us at top, so he won't shoot us
see.
with a bow and arrow. You get to the
That is
top,
preferable.
and you see a young Native American gentleman. He would have been like mid-20s 5 years ago, so he's about 30 now.
Perfect age.
His hair is blowing in the wind.
I mean,
muscles
like, he probably
rippling.
looks a
He has
state, though,
19
'cause-
abs, well
Face
defined on his
claim.
chest.
Face claim Adam Beach from like the 1990s.
Oh, you need to send me a picture. But yeah, because does he look like Jumanji dad type look, or does he look like
He looks a
the
little
Tarzan
less rough.
style look for
Looks
no
a
apparent
little less
reason?
gross.
Yeah,
He looks a little
like-
less rough.
Like he looks immaculate despite living here for like 5
Yeah.
He does not look immaculate. No one would look immaculate, but he looks a little less rough than your dad. Maybe it's because he's a little more used to living in nature on the reservation than your father is. Also, he's a lot younger than your dad, like half his age, basically. So that helps as well. Let me see. I will find a good picture of this guy for our group chat while we talk. But yeah,
Like a chiseled jaw,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
here we go.
There's a lot of pictures of him shirtless, studying bodies of water in the 90s. I'm just
Yeah, Lindy.
Share these piggies.
There
You
we
said
go.
face claim, specifically face.
Where is
Uh,
it?
No, it's whole person.
Where-
Here we
wait.
go. I got this. I'm putting in our thing. There we go. There you go. Just for you.
There he is,
Kitty.
shirtless, yeah.
Shirtless standing in a body of water.
Okay.
Congratulations, Kitty.
Yeah,
And Levi's were quite popular.
Congratulations.
We'll say he does have a shirt on because that's protection. But he is wearing the Levi jeans because Levi jeans were extremely popular in the 1880s.
True, that's true.
So he's got the Levi jeans on. Like we'll say he's got a button up, but it's only buttoned up halfway because it's a hot, humid jungle. And he would have his backpack, and he's only got like a quiver of arrows at his hip and his bow on his shoulder. And there is a mule next to him at the top with looks to be roses like embossed into her pack saddle and gear and harness and stuff. And some it looks like she had bells on, but the bells have been stuffed to be quiet.
That might be them.
Here, Reggie.
Oh, yes. And also the rest of us.
And he looks like a little taken aback because he hasn't seen other people other than your dad for the past 5 years, or so, give or take. And you hear father go, yes, this is my daughter and her friends. It's very strange how they're here, but they're in a time loop, kind of like the perimeter, but they're here to help. They know how to fix this. And he looks baffled, and he's gonna make a sanity check. Oh, that's not sanity check. That is the link to the picture. Roll 1d100. He makes a sanity check, and he goes, "All right. Well, if they're here to help, that's great news. That's great.
Yes.
My name is Swift Crow. It's nice to meet all of you. This is Rosabella Mule.
We know.
Okay.
I do not mean to be rude, but we are privy to having learned a lot over the past several lives and deaths. But it's a pleasure to meet you. I am Edison Jones.
Nice to meet you all.
Lovely to meet
This
you.
is the ziggurat. And he's like, is this something you know? Like, he's not sure how to handle this now.
Yes, correct, it is.
Yeah, we never came up this way, but this is the first time meeting yourself and seeing this. But
It's pretty big. It's more immense than it looks down at the bottom. Things generally look bigger the closer you get, but this is like impressively large. And it does have, it's the stonework is very fine. It's kind of like that how the Incans had it, so that there was practically no seams. It's like very similar to that here.
Now, I understand that there is a lot happening, and what we say might not make sense, but don't worry. The aliens have told us how to end this.
As well, if you can get us out of this time period, that would be very helpful. Yeah, that'd be great.
If this works, we will all be taken back to where we were before this whole ordeal began.
yes.
Okay, great. Well, we were
I
in
just had
that
thought.
cave.
I just had a thought.
What was that?
We're gonna go back to where we were before this. Doesn't that
We
mean
need
that
to remove
you
the
two
crystal.
are gonna go back to where you were, like not where we are, but where you are?
Oh, I don't know.
we don't know
The
that.
technician told us that we would be taken back to April 9th in our own time period. I assume that Mr.
No, that
Crow and Kitty's father would also be reset. But that may be an assumption.
They disappeared earlier than that, didn't they?
Yes, but it must be due in part to the same phenomenon, no?
Well, they
So-
haven't been looping, so I wonder if the 5 years will still have passed and they'll come back with us, or whether they would, if they,
Or
if
they
you,
stuck.
if they had, no, it didn't say there was. It said they needed to both be with us, or they could get stuck.
Yes, we need to remain together and
But we didn't.
toward the bottom
call-
of the ziggurat once
Yes.
the ritual is complete.
But we didn't clarify-
We're hoping that they'll appear on the train with us.
No, we will all be here, but in the other time we'll have to go walk back to the
Oh,
train.
Yes.
I see. Right. Okay, that's a little bit. Okay. I
But
thought we were gonna like go back in time to where we were specifically on that day, which we were on the train, and they were gonna go elsewhere.
No,
That's
but the
how I-
other
Hard
people on
to
the train
know.
will stay there, which is why we left them on the train with express instruction not to leave.
Okay, that's okay. That makes more sense. About as much sense as this.
No, it doesn't make any sense.
None of
Yeah.
this makes any sense.
No, it is all very strange.
Yeah.
Are we?
It is.
Is there we haven't gone through the sort of time barrier thing, right?
Nope.
We haven't done that yet.
Is
yeah.
it visible? At all?
There's a faint
No.
shimmer in the air, like a heat shimmer.
All right. Who has the fruit?
Swiftcrow has a banana on a stick.
So, I got a question first, just so we know. We're supposed to be at the bottom of this thing, right, as quick as we humanly possibly can, right?
Well, we are led to
need to
believe
collect-
that the petroglyphs
Yeah.
And
give
someone has
instruction,
Oh,
right?
right. Okay.
We have to do a ritual. We have to get the crystal and do a ritual. I think we have to draw out those the
Yes.
runes in the circle around, maybe
Around the
around this
crystal.
either that or around this time
So
bubble.
do we all have to
Oh.
go up,
I don't
or
think
does
so.
only one person have to go up to do the ritual?
Well, the important part, I think, was that once the time bubble begins to collapse, by the time it is over, that we are all within a safe distance away from the ziggurat.
Right.
From what
so
I
less
understand, the
people
ziggurat
going
will
up.
disappear, so if we're at the top, we'll
Yes.
Fall.
Whoop.
Fall.
Right. Okay.
That is
Um,
concerning. We're gonna have to run fast.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I
will have to
don't-
pick
I
our
don't-
most athletic. Uh-oh.
I don't.
We don't have anyone else. Well, August, maybe, but
Yeah, but can August? I mean, I'm gonna have to go up because I'm the one who's got the thing and can read the
Fair point.
thing. So
oh yes,
I gotta
good.
go up.
Decided.
You
I'll come and
mentioned
help you, Ryan.
Glyphs.
Can
I
you
found
quick?
some around the barrier. We found the border. There's these glyphs carved into the ground around it that we didn't notice previously.
Ah, could you show them?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
let
And
me
he,
have a look.
you see, he's been in the process of clearing away like debris, like some loose earth, like the layer of topsoil around, and you can see there is a ring of stone around the barrier, the time phenomena, the perimeter,
Disturbance.
the disturbance, the perimeter. We'll call it the perimeter. And there seems to be glyphs, and they're half dissolved.
Ah, they have been
Mm,
marred.
So we need to restore them.
And they
Yes,
look a
and that
lot
is
like
why
the
the-
completed glyphs you copied from the cave.
So we have to do this, but also keep in mind there are dinosaurs here. So everyone
well-
be careful.
Oh, you had to say that, didn't you? God damn.
Yes,
Right.
to remind you.
I didn't forget, Mr. Jones.
Oh, good.
I didn't forget.
Good.
Well, firstly, we need to. Well, I suppose
Find a path.
we need to know whether or not the time is what the time is doing
Mhm.
before anyone.
He pulls out the
Goes up
banana,
there.
and it is a brown mush.
It's aging.
Ugh.
Right. So not now, because otherwise whoever tries to run up and get that crystal has to go through the barrier, even if the
We have to
rest
wait
of
for
us
a moment
don't.
of stability, or perhaps mild youthening.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does
but-
it have a mild setting? He asks the others.
It seems to have fluctuated, but the runes, we
Alright.
have not noticed these before, so perhaps they have significance to it. But
Well, I think Kitty's right. We should not complete them till it is
we
safe.
could, I suppose
What
we
if
could
the-
go around and do all but one, and then
What
figure
if
it out.
completing the runes stabilizes it?
That is a good question.
Case.
What if?
This-
It is the removal of the crystal that causes the time bubble to
Mhm.
dissipate.
Yes,
Yeah.
and some sort of ritual, which I don't know. We don't
I think
know
the ritual
because,
is completing the runes.
well, that's what
there's
I
a ritual
wondered.
at the top that needs to be
Ah,
copied.
But we
Thank
don't.
you.
This is like at the base.
The voice of
the
Ms.
technician.
Mina, technician Mina, just
Yeah.
echoes through your memories.
If Jones said hair, he would be fixing it.
did we so they need copying, but they don't it doesn't require
You
a bunch
need
of
the
people at the
runes
top.
from the cave to
Yeah.
get to the crystal at the top.
To
Yeah.
get
And
to
then
the
there's a
crystal.
ritual
So-
at the top
Right.
that needs to be copied for later use, or
Okay.
recommended to
Alright.
be
Mhm.
copied for later use.
I am going
Okay.
to compare the drawings that I've got
Mhm.
from the cave to the runes at the base
Yep.
and see if I can work out the.
Because you
correct-
copied them so successfully, you can roll me another archaeology to complete them. They do appear to be the same.
Odd success.
You are
Nice.
easily able to complete the runes, and a banana is put in like every so often. There's 1 second where you put a banana in it and it just immediately and the end of the stick is also gone. He's like,
Oh.
but when you complete the runes, he puts a banana in and it seems to stay the same, even after holding it for about 5-10 minutes.
We have a stable banana.
Hang on,
Report.
just,
We
I
have a
want to throw
stable
a piece
banana.
of fruit further to make sure it's not like just that area. I want to make
You can
damn
go throw
sure.
a piece of fruit.
Yeah, we
Give me
brought
a
a
throw
bunch.
check.
Oh no.
Let's see how far you throw it.
Eh.
Um,
Pick it up from the floor. Try it.
Oh,
you know, I don't know if you know this, but bananas
academic.
aren't particularly aerodynamic. And so you throw it, it goes as far as an average person's banana throw would go. It's not like you don't hit the ziggurat, you just, throw it in, it bounces a couple times. But it moves and it does not appear to age or unage.
You could
Right.
take
Stable.
the stick with the banana and just walk with it in front of you.
yes.
Oh
Like
yeah,
a canary
actually,
in a
that's
coal
real
mine,
good
but a
idea.
banana.
Yeah, just
do that.
keep
Great
it.
idea.
For sure, you could do that.
Do you are you sure you none of us should come up with you?
How
How
I'll go
far
with you,
is it
Ryan.
up?
Sorry?
What's the
Um,
climb like in this thing?
It's like 3 stories.
Is it
Okay.
strenuous?
Pretty strenuous.
Yeah, like
like-
how
I mean, people can come up with me if you want, but you
No thanks.
gotta run down pretty damn quick.
Yeah, we don't know how quickly the thing's going to close, but we also don't know if you're going to get to the top and go, I need more help doing this.
I mean, I could always
while
shout down.
something's maybe...
couldn't I?
That's true. You could always shut down.
Yeah, if it's only 3
I mean,
stories, maybe.
if anyone would like to come with me, they're more than welcome.
I'll come with you, Ryan.
I will come as
Right.
well. That's Kitty's father.
Oh yeah, that
I will
actually
not.
really help.
I will stay with Jones.
Swift
We
Crow.
will be on the lookout for any other
I-
problem.
Yes, we will
I
keep
think
an eye
I
out
think
for
I might go
dinosaurs.
to I might go up a little bit, but not
Like halfway?
Like just
Yeah.
well, sort of the first run. If there's like 3 stories,
Yep.
maybe the first
Yep,
story, so
the
that
first story,
one to
yeah.
help with communication, but also to be able to look out and be
Mhm.
ready to run up or down.
Mhm.
Swift Crow's got his bow, John. He's just keeping an eye out. Could somebody who is not climbing the ziggurat, I'll say Kitty's included, so Edison, Bucky, or Kitty, can one of you make me a luck check?
Please be lucky.
Who's lucky?
Bucky, how that luck, Bucky? How that luck? Mine's 50.
60.
Mine is less than that. It's 44.
So,
Ooh,
Kitty, do you want to make
has the
that?
best
Come on,
luck.
Kitty.
Oh
Lucky
god.
Come
Kitty.
on, Kitty.
Lucky Kitty Cartwright.
Lucky
Well done.
Kitty Cartwright. Yeah, you make your luck check, hard success. You don't see any dinosaurs in the immediate
Thank
vicinity.
God.
Doesn't mean they're not there. It just means I
Yeah.
don't see them. But luckily,
You're lucky not to see that.
yeah. just like August the first time round.
There doesn't appear to be any dinosaurs in the vicinity. You see the herd of Triceratops has actually moved even further to the edge of the field. You guys really spooked them earlier. So yeah, you've got a great vantage point. You don't see any dangers.
All right.
Ryan,
Not
Mina,
And Ryan will
Mr.
go
Cartwright.
next to Mina and go, so, Miss Dunn, why do you want to come up here again?
Because if anything goes wrong, I want you to run. You have a lovely wife back home, and no one's going to miss an old widow.
He just stop for a bit and pause, and then look up, and then just carry on. And, I mean, that might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. We'll make sure it doesn't come to that.
God forbid. God forbid.
Yeah.
And she's going to smile. She's going to clap him on the back. And I think you need to get better friends, Ryan.
I think you're right. All right, let's get this thing done.
you climb up, you trudge up 2 more stories, and it's not like straight up staircase. It like curves around like in a spiral.
Oh yeah.
And you get to the top, and the top is flat and made out of, it would seem a familiar material as the weird room chamber that you and Kitty and Edison were in earlier. And there's like how you would have a diamond set in a ring. There's like prongs. The prongs are made out of the same material and holding up the crystal. that is at the top out of the strange material, and inlaid, engraved into around in a circle around the gemstone, and then in like triangles of runes emanating outward towards each of the cardinal directions are runes to be copied.
All right. I would like me and Mr. Cartwright to get to work. And
Absolutely.
We can work together to solve it.
Do you just make
And of
one
course-
copy of these runes?
I'll copy
have
them
a
in my
copy,
journal.
and I'm yeah, Mina can have a copy, and I'm sure
Mina,
Mr.
can you make me
Cartwright
an
might.
art check? And Ryan, can you make me an archaeology check? And because you've got Mr. Cartwright with you, you each get a plus 10%.
Yikes.
That might push
Ooh.
mine to an extreme.
I think it might be one away from an extreme. Let me double check
If it's
that
one
for
away,
you.
I'll spend 1 luck. Make
Nice.
it.
No, you would need a 16 to be an extreme.
I'm gonna push mine.
A 16?
Because it's a 5th value. Not a quarter value.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, but but didn't I get a 10%?
Yes, that would put it up to 80.
You're right, yeah.
16 is 20% of 1/5 of 80.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could still
in that
spend it,
case,
and that would be
then,
5
have-
points of luck.
I'll just have a hard success, that's fine.
Just have a hard success. You
Yeah.
Makes sense. You copy it down pretty well. Mina, while you are trying to sketch these out and sketch them down, you keep looking, and there's a weird surrealist landscape behind it every time you do so, and it's just a little throwing you off a little bit. You didn't quite fumble, which would have been real exciting.
It's not an animal. It's not an animal. You do animals and plants and living things.
Listen, I try and tell people this all the time. Just because I'm an artist doesn't mean I can draw everything.
Yep, very true.
Absolutely.
Very true.
And so you get some
Bloody foxes.
maybe a slightly different ritual out of this. But you go with copy it down. And Mr. Cartwright helps point out some things with Ryan helping out. And all right, I think that's all copied.
Right.
Just gotta remove the crystal now.
Right. Okay. I guess you all ready to run? So we have to oh no, we don't have to do a ritual to remove it, do
Nope.
we? We just remove
Nope.
You
it.
just gotta pick it up.
Okay.
It's about
How big is
Not
this?
that
Like
big.
that big? So carryable?
carryable, easily carryable. It would fit in a purse. Large woman's purse. Would fit in a satchel.
Okay.
I
A little
do have
big-
a satchel.
It's a little big for a
Nina,
pocket.
get that
but like
satchel
a-
ready.
It would fit in a backpack or
Put that
a
thing in your
satchel,
purse.
but it's a little big for
Let's
a
put it
for a
in Nina's
pocket.
purse.
Yeah,
Right.
put it
Mr.
in my
Cartwright
handbag.
also has a backpack and satchels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I want Mina to have it because I like the idea of her hitting someone with a bag and it's got this massive crystal in it. It's her new weapon.
Yeah.
How
Who
heavy
picks
is
it up?
this
Okay.
crystal?
We don't know until you start picking it up, do you?
Okay, I'm gonna grab hold of it and
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna lift it and then almost
Lift it.
immediately pop it into her bag.
It is surprisingly lightweight.
Oh, that's good. It can still be really hard though. You can still crack
Yeah.
someone over the head.
Yeah.
with it.
Do you want to? I mean, you could. Usually, the lighter weight something is, the more fragile it is.
Does it feel fragile?
Do you want to test it?
No, let's put it in the
No.
bag. We'll do that later.
You want to test the Mo scale on it right now? Just ding ding.
Yeah.
How easy
We'll
does
just
it
I'll
sketch?
shake it.
Does it ring like
The
crystal?
thing you were trying to shoot
It
at
does
earlier.
ring like if you tap it, it does ring like crystal. Yeah.
Very nice. Good quality. Very nice. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Look lovely on a dining room
As
table.
soon as I see them start to reach for it, I'm starting to work my way down, and
Give
I'm
me a spot hidden check as you do.
Yeah, because I'm also trying to look for the shimmer and see if I see. I want to see if we can actually see it moving, because it said when this bubble closes, it's like we
Exactly.
couldn't see it very well. Spot hidden. I'm being blind. Spot hidden. Oh fuck. Okay.
Cool.
Well,
Just gonna roll something.
You don't need to do
Oh.
that, Lindy.
Okay. What do you mean I don't need to do that?
That's fine. It's fine. It rolls a 96, whatever it is.
I did. That's the speed at which the bubble is going to begin collapsing.
Okay, that's good.
That's slow, right?
Sure.
That's real slow,
Slow
right?
would be real good for you guys, wouldn't it?
Right. Because it's a Call of Cthulhu roll. You're trying to roll
It's
under
so
something, so that's a
confusing.
bad roll. So it's going slow. It's just very bad
It's
at
just-
at
oh.
collapsing.
Yeah, it's bad at
Yeah.
collapsing,
Okay.
right? Charlie.
Okay, let's run down. Let's head down.
Yes.
So, anyone else can also roll me a spot hidden if you're looking at for
Okay.
like the edge of this bubble, this barrier.
Oh, look, they've got the crystal. 42 under
Edison,
70.
The shimmer
Barely.
that was around is no longer there, and instead you see a weird dome shimmer in the sky.
Uh-oh.
Same with Bucky. You both see this. Swift Crow is gonna make his check. Oh, okay.
Swift Crow.
What do you make of that,
What
gentlemen?
do your elf eyes see?
Look,
What do your Ute eyes see?
Yeah.
And he's looking around, and then he locks eyes on something, and you see him pull up his bow, and he goes, "I hope this thing collapses quickly." As he looks in a direction, Bucky and Edison, you take your eyes off the dome, and you see through the jungle a somewhat familiar sight.
The train?
Oh.
As a T-Rex kind of actually no, the Allosaurus. It would be an Allosaurus. We've already had a
Oh,
T-Rex.
good.
So slightly smaller but meaner
Phew.
T-Rex is
Who's got the dynamite?
is coming out of the jungle into the field and maybe see some figures in the distance, but the bubble is collapsing quickly. And you rolled lucky on your luck check earlier, so it didn't come out while people were like, copying down glyphs. That's great. But unfortunately, for those at the top, it is collapsing quickly. So could I have dexterity checks from Ryan and Mina?
Hopefully.
Oh god.
I'm gonna spend my luck.
Your spin luck, okay.
God damn. She's quicker than Ryan.
Mina hand springs down the.
It's,
It's all
little.
that yoga. Victorian yoga.
Yeah, all that Victorian yoga. Yeah.
It's 11
Victorian
points of
yoga.
luck to
Give it.
succeed on that check, Mina. And Kittystead does succeed on his deck check. He had a 60. And so, you guys going down the stairs. The sides are slanted a little bit, so your dad actually gets the idea to like slide down one of them to the story below to help expedite things a little bit, and is helping Ryan and Mina down a bit. Mina, there's a moment where your heel of your shoe gets caught on an edge of stone for a moment, and you're able to. It breaks the heel of your shoe, but you're able to keep going.
Those are expensive.
Yes. Not like you don't have money, darling.
No, it's true. I could just buy them.
And you're running down the edge, and you see the bubble shrinking down. You see as, especially Kitty, since she's got a pretty good vantage point as she's coming down, and it actually has time to look and not just, book it. You see as the edge of the bubble, the dome shrinks, the terrain changes from jungle. You can see the other side where it's the alpines of Colorado. Some more bare rock with bits of drifts of snow in places. And the sky changes from the really vibrant, kind of blue with a slight greenish hue that it had, into somewhat cloudy, overcast day on the other side as it shrinks down further and further. And Mina, Ryan, and your father make it down to the bottom in time as the dome. And that's the sound it makes. Just a little. As there's a second where everything goes dark and you feel a lurch like you did on the train. And you open your eyes and you can see your cold breath in the crisp Colorado air.
Well, I wish we had that fur coat now.
And you hear right, at which you ask to go every 10 minutes.
Sounds like a celebratory toot toot.
Toot toot.
Oh, that's.
This may be an obvious question. Is the dinosaur there?
Nope. As the bubble collapsed
Oh,
around
thank
it,
God.
it's stepped through and then gone.
Is
Replaced
Mr.
by a-
Cartwright there?
Replaced by an elk eating,
It's
remnants
just
of
like looking
board.
at us and chewing.
Hello.
And the elk charges and you die.
Yeah.
As you
Mr.
all,
Cartwright's there, right?
Mr. Cartwright and Swift Crow and Rosabelle are there.
Oh,
Yay.
good. Rosabelle.
Oh yeah, Rosabelle.
Good.
And both Swift Crow and your father will just drop to their knees, in gratitude to no longer be in there. But everyone needs to make me a power check.
Ooh.
Ooh,
some green rolls.
Ooh, look at all those greens.
So much power.
Hard
Powerful.
successes too.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Let me make some NPC rolls here. Your father, Swift Crow. Okay, they both remember too. You all remember the last loop.
Okay.
I turn to Swift Crow and Mr. Cartwright and say, "Ta-da!"
And nothing super traumatic happened in the last loop, but there was some weird
No.
info, so everyone only loses 1 point of sanity.
Ooh.
Because you remember everything that you remembered as long as it wasn't a loop you forgot. So Mina remembers the least out of everybody, but she still remembers the looping and stuff. If anyone had failed these power, we'll see what August does or not. I'll have him roll that next time.
Poor August.
Yeah.
No, August.
I don't think
I mean-
August is going to have anything left.
I don't.
Yeah, I
even
mean, what their
know.
sanity gonna be? Because they were really low, weren't they?
They were.
Yeah, I think sub 20s now.
Yeah.
I think that I'm going
To be fair,
um,
I'm
You're
getting
going to
there.
need another assistant,
Really?
Edison.
well, I'm going to encourage that maybe August spend some time at a wellness center or something.
You
Sounds
know,
nice.
Colorado, Golden, and Denver are quite known for wellness retreats.
Yes, I do know that.
Maybe everyone could spend a little time at one of those.
Yes.
We're still on the job, though. We haven't even started the job yet.
I know!
True, let's go find him. Back to
He's
work,
in another
everyone.
time loop.
So, everyone, you see the train below you because it's spring, early spring, so not all the trees have filled out. The alpines and stuff, the evergreens do have their foliage, but you're up on the mountainside a bit and you can see the train has run out of steam and is down on the tracks below you.
Ah, look, there's the train.
We
And
should
as you see
carefully
that,
make our way down.
that's where
And
we're
as we
going to
said,
end
wood.
today's session.
Ah, we're all still alive.
Everyone's still alive! Oh, see, I told you there was
Wolves
a
attacked,
safe
we all
route. A safer
Easy.
route
Immediately.
through all of that. You just
Oh
had to
my lord.
find out what it was through trial and error a little bit.
And
Yeah.
some
It only took you
futuristic shit.
4 loops. Congratulations. Yeah, there's
and
a
the Time
chance you might
Variance
not have
Authority.
had, well, let's say the TVA is a different entity in this.
True, yes,
The
copyright
Time Police
free,
are
yeah.
different than the Great Race of Yes. Both time travelers, but 2 different entities. Some people have licenses to time travel and some people don't. Let's put it that way. But yeah, let's go around. Let's say who we are, where we can find you, and your highlights, favorite moments from tonight's game. Mr. Hawks, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm Tom. Yeah, it was really, really good. We're finally out of the time loop, back to normality. I say normality. Back to non kind of timey-wimey, mind-shattering events instead now. Or maybe not, who knows. There could be more dinosaurs, but it's safe to say that Ryan has permanently been put off dinosaurs for quite some time.
Oh,
And my favorite part has got to be alien customer support. I mean, that's just so funny. Of all the things that I thought was going to turn up today, that wasn't one of them that I thought would be. So yeah, where am I? Oh, on Follow Black Cats Monday, we're playing a Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Wrath and Glory campaign where we are like on this alien world. Well, we're on an imperial world and things are going wrong, and we're trying to shoot our way through to, do it in the Emperor's light. And I just shot an ogre in the face with a plasma pistol that wanted to feed us human. And he kind of shrugged it off. So I'm in danger. But so if you want to find out what happens then, it's Monday at 7 p.m. GMT and whatever that is in other timey-wimey places. That's me.
Wonderful, wonderful. And next we have the wonderful Mina Staunton.
Hello. I'm Susie. I played Mina. Still playing Mina. She's not dead. Hey.
Not dead. Nobody's
getting
stayed
low.
dead.
Getting low in that sanity though, chums.
Yeah.
23 left. So hopefully it's not gonna, spiral. But yeah, I had a great time. Time fuckery is always great. And being inhabited by an alien and then getting transported to an alien world, it's pretty cool. I'm sure that's gonna be fine. And we definitely did a good thing today and didn't do anything bad. Or were tricked or anything like that, probably. Who knows? I think my favorite bit again, I think today was the customer service. Because I have been that guy. I used to work at a call center. So like, okay, can I get some information, please? Yeah. I understand that you're upset, but that's not gonna help. Yeah, been there. As for me, I, like Tom, I'm in that campaign on Black Cats on Monday. I'm playing a Crusader. We also are experiencing some potential time fuckery, which is good. And I'm looking forward to seeing Tom get killed by an Ogren because he's a useless commissar. But for my own channel, I will be back streaming next week. I've finished all my commissions. I've got my voice back. I'm just having a little chill before I get back to streaming. But I will be painting minis, little Warhammer guys. And I think I might start Claire Obscure Expedition 33 next week. So tune in for that on my channel.
Very exciting. You should also tune in to Edison Jones.
Yes, not a stream or anything. Just tune into the person.
Yes.
The fictional
Just
character,
adjust
Edison
your
Jones.
antenna in the right
Just
way,
set
and I'm
them
sure
to
you'll pick
Edison
it up.
Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Doc Rimbo. I had a great time today. My favorite part was the customer service. and the reason, obviously, we all loved it, but Jones, just like the weirdness of Jones meeting the technician who in my mind has a capital T because they're a Time Lord and they showed up in a box and I think Jones kind of like has that vibe, but also sees no conflict with being, knowing Mina professionally. And that whole thing is just weird and awkward and fun. And so I was thrilled about that. That blew my mind and was unexpected. So it was fun. I am here on Tuesdays, and on Monday nights, I'm over on High Shelf Collective. We're a GM campaign of Heart, the City Beneath by Rowan Ruckett-Descartes. We're calling it Red Heaven. And surprising no one, that game also features trains and time fuckery. So if you want to come and tune in for that, you'll come and find our group who last night arrived at a place called the Worm Sea, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Nice.
So, yeah. And so that's a lot of fun. That's on Monday nights. Otherwise, I'll be here.
Wonderful. You know who else is a lot of fun? Kitty Cartwright.
Hey, we're not dead. Yeah. Again, hi. Yeah, had a great time as always. This was very different to what I was expecting. Like being in suddenly the TARDIS type stuff. I had a lot of favorite moments, but that definitely was a mind fuck. And I think I will say I loved the giving a star rating while traumatized by that, and also Edison being so okay with it. I think that was the other thing for me, just Edison going, oh yes, this is happening, yes, oh, and this person is thinking, oh, they are quite smart and I like them, and
because it was well organized and clear. That made perfect sense to him. Like, okay, great.
Everything just made perfect sense. It was just amazing, and how cool he was with it, and how that was just great. So yeah, but I'm also scared about the fact that it seems like everything's fine now, which means like, no, this isn't the end though. So what else is gonna happen?
Oh, this is the midpoint.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Cool. But yeah, and but I am intrigued by meeting the new character that we hadn't met before and going, oh, they're actually of eligible age. I just think that's kind of fun to play with. Because he's probably already got approval of the dad. So anyway, yeah, anyway, you can find me here, obviously, every Wednesday. You can also find me over on my Kate Madison Twitch channel on Thursdays. So tomorrow night from 7:30, I will be playing again with Bonnie. We are currently still playing through Split Fiction. Although we might be in the last section, I think we've got maybe just this. I think we're at the end point. Yeah. So stories have been revealed, and we might be in the big boss fight this time. So that's fun, and then we'll be picking some new game to play. Yeah. So yeah, come back.
Someone who wanted everyone to come back if he died. Bucky Boone.
There we go. Hey,
There we go.
yeah. So that was an absolute blast. Absolutely love that. I think for my favorite moment though, it's a smaller one, but it's definitely Mina and Ryan up at the top, and just that absolutely heartwarming moment with Mina saying something so kind and so nice to Ryan. Obviously the customer service was brilliant, but I just wanted to point to that because that was just a wonderful moment of character interaction. As for myself, you can find me on the Templin Institute on YouTube, where I am the voice of the Institute, and that's about it. I'm really looking forward to next week.
Wonderful. All right, so my stars. I love for everybody tonight. I loved I'm making Edison have that luck check to see if he could get there in time to be the one to meet with the technician to have the thing, and just fumbling it. And I was like, oh, because I know he would want to be here so bad, so he can't be the one if he fumbles
hurt him
it.
so bad.
And so, and so we get the weird but delightful awkwardness between him and Mina now, and I'm just living for it. I loved him also being the one to say, if I die on this loop, everyone is so close to exiting, just leave me behind. Just don't kill yourselves free. And Bucky being, I want the opposite. If I'm the only one to die, can everyone else please off themselves so I can be with you guys? And I like how the group just accepted that, like, okay, yeah, cool. Glad we're all clear on the matter. I loved not Kitty, but Kate being like, oh, that's a perfect age. When we found out how old Swift Crow was. So he was a young youth guy, mid-20s, now he's probably about 30, so yeah. I loved the dating, the shipping going on. If there's not shipping in my Call of Cthulhu game, something is wrong. It's happened in every campaign I've ran so far. Whether between PCs or NPCs and PCs or whatever, it's a thing, and I am here for it. I loved Mina being like, oh, the sweet moment with Mina and Ryan at the top. That was cute. And also just trying to take it all in. Congratulations, you've been in the body of someone of the Great Race of Yith, currently, one of their current bodies. They're fascinating and terrifying, really terrifying. So that was fun. And I told you guys I had a great idea at the beginning when I was prepping, and it was the call center. That was my idea. I had like a whole thing. I was like, no, a really tired customer service rep. That's what you need to call. And so yeah, that's what I did. And Ryan Hawks, I loved how he's just initially immediately like, no, I'm drinking. I'm going to be drunk for this loop. I don't care anymore. But then like getting to the archaeology aspect of it, and then immediately like sobering up enough to like copy down shit and get shit done. I thought that was great, and I can't wait for next week on Tracks of Terror. You'll get back to the train, and I'm sure everything will be fine. And it'll be like nothing ever happened except running out of steam. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out next week. So thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. Unfortunately, we did not have games this past Monday and Tuesday as people were sick and just things happened and needed to get done, so next week will be Tracks of Terror, and then week after that we'll have our Monday, Tuesday back along with more Tracks of Terror, unless they TPK for real, because now the bubble safeguard is off, so, let's hope they didn't get too reckless from that experience. Oh no, guess we'll wait and see. Until then, thanks everybody for watching, have fun, play games, see you next time. There's the outro. There it is.